The thoughts and opinions expressed during this broadcast are for entertainment purposes only. They are not facts. Now enjoy the show.
What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal? It's the Not Impressed podcast. It's your boy Kane's World.
For Pete's
And
sake.
it's episode 60 in this motherfucker.
Episode 60 of the best, greatest podcast in the Valley. The biggest
Absolutely.
podcast in the Valley,
The
man.
biggest, most popping that I've seen. If you've seen one more popping, send it to me.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
I've been looking.
You know what I'm saying?
I've been looking. I haven't found them.
To some people, you feel me, 100 views, 150 views might not be a lot, but I'm going to go ahead and say, like, when I see a lot of these, and I'm not trying to disrespect them, I fuck with them. Most of them I'm down to collab with, you feel me? Like, let's come on my shit, I'll come on your shit.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, you got to pat yourself on the back sometimes and look at what surrounds you. And it's
proud.
like, there's motherfuckers that got 6 months with 27 views, you feel me?
Stand proud.
Some days we be, in a week, we get in 130, 80, you feel me? So,
subscribers.
and that's a shout out to the Not Impressed gang, you feel me, out there for sure. You guys tapping in, sharing, liking, commenting, all that, you feel me? Hit the Instagram, bing, 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 all that. But we got a very special guest today. We got Moriah, a.k.a. Honey Bunny. You want to hit her up on
that's Honey.
That's Honey, you know, go hit her up on Instagram at That's Honey, DATZ.
Just don't be a weirdo.
Don't be a weirdo. A lot of you niggas are weirdos.
I've seen some of the weird stuff.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, tap in with her.
Imagine.
We had some close homies that was on some weird shit.
Oh, yeah. Thinking they talking about you and shit.
That was very strange conversation. But yeah, you know, shout out my aunt and shit. You know, a lot of people don't be believing it's my aunt.
I know they don't. Just happened last night.
Yeah, like 3 of them. They thought that she was my girl or some shit.
So, but okay,
that's been all life.
Can you
life.
really like lay it out for me though? Like, how was it your aunt, and what's the?
This is my dad's sister. Simple. My dad's sister. It's just we happen to be born around the same time.
It's because
That's crazy.
I think he's about 20 years.
Yeah.
So you're like the young, like
she's
the
youngest.
I'm the baby of the family.
And there's 3 other girls.
Oh shit.
2 other girls, my bad.
Okay,
So 3 girls, and she's the youngest.
2 other girls.
We've actually talked about her a lot on here. I've mentioned a lot my aunt.
I know.
The same age as me, for sure.
It's time for my clapback.
Yeah, for sure. What clapback? What did I say about you? What did I say about you?
You know what's funny?
You got a whole list. Actually, I do.
What's funny is that my niece, she's 6, and her uncle is like 1.
That's crazy. Embarrassing.
She goes, it's my baby uncle.
That's crazy. Well, I have her.
I was thinking about that.
And then also I have my uncle who's a year older than me. So both my grandmas was just on some freaky shit, nigga. I don't know. You feel me? Like, it should be, it's over.
It was like,
right.
It was like, wrap it up already. Like, it's done.
It's done. You got 3. Well, so my uncle, his only sibling is my mom. So I guess my grandma only had 1, and then literally like 15 years later.
That's crazy.
20 years later.
This nigga be having like
20 years later, because my mom had me at 20, and this nigga around the same time.
Bro, you be having like 3rd removed cousins that you never knew about that you meet, and you're like, oh shit, wait, we cousins?
For sure.
All my cousins are in their like.
Damn. You got great
my first
cousins.
Yeah.
For sure.
Exactly.
Well, even what we were saying is even last night, like my manager, he was like, it was tossed. Last night I went to the Kings game with my coworkers, and let me just say, niggas was tossed. I'm not gonna be specific.
Everybody was on like
everybody was
real...
on that level, nigga, for sure.
Do you think that? Okay, go ahead.
Oh yeah, but like, so we're there. We met up at Yard House. They're already there. So I get 3 shots back to back because I'm like, I was gonna take one, give one to my supervisor, and give one to her, but she took fucking forever in the bathroom. So I took 2 shots to the neck, and so these niggas are all fucked up. They've already been there for like 30, 40 minutes. She comes back from the bathroom. This nigga's like, he whispers in my ear. He's like, wait, so that's your girlfriend? I said, no, nigga, it's my aunt. And that nigga said, fuck no. Like that. Loud like he couldn't contain it, nigga. He was, fuck no. And I'm like, yeah, nigga. Then he just nodded and shit. But
well, before that, they were already like, the other couple was like, how?
I was very specific. She came and I said,
like, well, we're like the same age.
This is I had to say.
That's the thing. I was kind of the same way when he came out to like that Venice Beach thing one time.
Oh,
And you're
when I
like, oh, my
performed.
aunt's gonna be coming in and shit. Then you pull
Oh,
up and I'm
super
like,
late.
No,
oh,
literally,
like I'm expecting
literally,
an older lady.
I
Yeah.
went to every person and I said, "This is my aunt Moriah." Which,
Mm.
like, normally, like, think about it. I'm not gonna normally be like, "Hey, this is how our connection. This is my cousin. This is." I was just like,
Yeah.
"This is Moriah. This is Moriah." But I'm
Yeah.
like, "This is my aunt Moriah."
So there's no confusion.
There's no confusion. That the fuck no was hilarious because that shit was like,
Fuck no.
fuck no.
So
I'm
he
like,
wasn't even listening to that
Nah,
part.
that
He
nigga's-
probably wasn't paying attention.
That nigga's stupid.
Do
Yeah, he
you
probably
think
wasn't.
that? Do you think that alcohol, like, does it bring out the person of like who they really are, or is it just like I could blame it on the alcohol?
It takes away your inhibitions. So like, and like basically the shit that's keeping you back from fucking.
It's courage juice for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever like inhibitors you have, they're like, oh, don't yell, don't fucking. That shit's gone.
Yeah.
Let me not
But
run in
like,
the
but
street.
like when they say like, oh, people tell the
Maybe.
truth when they're drunk. It's like a truth serum.
I think they're more likely to tell the truth. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Tell you how they really feel. If
Yeah.
somebody tells me some
I
shit
feel
while
that.
they're drunk,
That's
I
what
mean,
I'm-
some shit could be out of hand, but it'll be their real emotions. It's just the shit that they
Yeah.
dig deep and
that's
shit.
what I'm saying. I
But they
think
can't hold it
I
in.
think it's like you're letting it all out the bat, like all out in open field at that point, and that's exactly how you feel.
No, for sure.
So
That's a tricky one because plenty of people have told you like, I was just drunk. That's not really how I feel. I don't
No.
really feel like you're a bitch and you always eat the last hot dog and shit. Like, yeah, you fucking do, bitch. I
Not
don't feel
me,
like
I'm
you're
just playing.
no, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like you're a dirty bitch. You always leave your socks in the
very
bathroom and shit.
specific.
Why you gotta direct the food at me,
Nah,
dog?
I'm not- it wasn't the food. I was just
fucking with you.
It's because I was gonna say something like, you always leave your dirty drawers in the. I didn't want to say that, so I just said hot dog. But you feel me, some shit like that, like, I thought,
Yeah.
you know,
No, for sure,
and it's like some shit you thought they were always like not tripping on and shit. It is like, oh, it turns out you fucking hate me for that
no,
shit.
real. I think
Yeah.
that it definitely for me, like in a social setting, it opens you up, right? Like
Yeah.
all of a sudden you know when someone's drunk, because then they just start fucking talking to everybody,
For
and you know what I
sure.
mean, like
My manager
you
texted
be
me last night
quiet
and
for a
said,
moment, and then all of a sudden this nigga's all
Over the
dancing around the room
For
and
sure.
shit. You're like, oh yeah, he's drunk.
my manager texted me last night at the end. He said, I'm home. Love you all. We ain't never talked like that, nigga, in our life. I don't even know the nigga like that. Hey, I'm not talking shit. I'm not talking shit. Hey, shout out that nigga because that's love. You feel
People
me? He was
do
thinking
get
of-
like sentimental too.
No, for sure they do. Shout out that
Yeah,
nigga because it's
yeah.
love. I'm not talking shit because I'm not that type of nigga, but it's just funny that like in this conversation, that's how it played out. You feel me? It's just
Yeah.
like we ain't never crossed that level.
I love
of
you,
boundary.
dog.
We ain't never got.
Like you're my manager, bro. Like,
Hey, I appreciate the love though, because not everybody gonna say some shit like this. So it's like
nah.
I'm
But
not.
it's the alcohol.
But it's just funny.
It's
though.
Jamie
just
Foxx
so
blaming it on the
funny.
alcohol.
Yeah. He
Have
better
you
love
guys
me.
ever had like heart to heart
Me
when
and,
you're drunk?
like
Like something you never say.
just
to your
recently
friend
I
or
did, but it
anybody.
wasn't heart to heart. But like I'm very less likely to be like any type of fucked up like that. But just recently I did notice like I was just like I went into like Manuel's house and shit and I was like drinking and I was just like, I love you guys and shit. Hey, you my boys. It wasn't on some like hanging on you like I love you guys. It was on some like, hey bro, straight up. No, it was on some like, hey, straight up, bro. Like, but it was a moment where I haven't told them in a long time anything like that.
Yeah.
So it was a moment that
Nice.
it was okay to say, but I'm just saying I was like,
Yeah.
I was drunk and that was part of it, I think, where I was just like willing to say it when I normally wouldn't.
I definitely feel that like
Mhm.
on that topic of like professing your love or like showing your boys love and shit. Like guys don't really do that.
That's what I was just gonna ask. Like,
I feel like women definitely be like,
Women
"Oh, I
do.
love you," and give you a
No, for
hug and
sure.
even a kiss.
I've
you
had
know?
like crying.
Yeah, what?
We start crying and hugging. Like, I
Oh,
love you so
shit.
much.
I've never done that before. I've never done.
I've
I
had
never
that
cried
with a
with a
couple
nigga.
people.
No.
I ain't never cried with a nigga. That shit ain't happening.
Never held like hug.
Uh,
Maybe like a long hug. Like, I love you.
Not really.
No.
That's
Like
why they
it's
say
like a
niggas.
half, like a dab, like that's it.
That's
bro.
why they
Like,
say niggas. Yeah, that's the most is an arm and a hug. You feel me? That's why they say niggas' mental health is all fucked up because we don't communicate
Yeah.
like
and
that.
then we just all do podcasts.
Let me just do podcasts. This is
That's
how
how
we
we
shit.
get our
this is
shit
how we
out.
get it out for sure. Hell yeah! Hey, shout out to Not Impressed
This is
Gang,
the
man.
best way to get it out, bro. Like that's what like a lot of men think about it. Like think about how many men, women too. I've seen there's a lot of podcasts, but
Yeah.
there's so many men that are like doing podcasts and like they all talk about it how like it kind of helps them.
For sure. Shout out the
Get all
Not
their
Impressed
shit out.
gang, because y'all my therapists out there.
Mm.
Yep.
I just chop it up with you niggas. I come out here, get my mind out. You feel me? Get the shit in my mind out.
And then for the rest of the week, be
Yeah.
fucked.
And then be fucked. And then I come back on Sunday and let it all out. You know what I'm saying? And we haven't even got to scratch the surface yet. We got a lot deeper to dive with y'all niggas and shit.
sure.
For sure.
But don't ask him what's his biggest regret. Never
This
ask him that.
nigga.
Never ask
Yeah.
him what's his biggest
What's your
regret.
deepest, darkest regret? Something that you wouldn't want to share with anybody and you never have, but go ahead and let
It's
it
about
out.
it's
right
about
Let
it's about
Let it
growth,
out
dog.
right now.
It's about growth.
now. Go ahead and let it out right now.
Let it out,
Yeah.
little one.
Let me ask you guys. So, there's two very popular funeral songs. You got "When I See You Again," and you got "When I See You Again," and you got "I'll Be Missing You"
Mhm.
by Diddy.
Yeah.
Which one
Is it?
is the one? Our day and age, "I'll Be Missing You" was every movie, every funeral,
I'm
every.
gonna go with Aaliyah. I missed you, which is
Nigga.
not on the list.
Women. No, just I'll go with rock the
Wait.
boat,
No,
rock the boat,
I
change
miss you.
position.
Rock the
Not
coffin.
that
Rock the
one.
coffin.
Nigga, what the fuck is going on?
Rock the coffin. No, I think I'll be missing you. But no, there's another one. I feel like there's another one that be. I don't know by name though, but I think it's like a gospel record and shit that
But those two are the
Yeah.
top ones though, for
Yeah.
sure.
I'll be missing you.
Play
I
a little
think.
snippet. What's
If
the
I'll be
first
missing
one?
you again.
The first.
The other one, yeah,
When
the other
I
one.
see you again. The Paul Walker one.
Oh no, I'll be missing you for sure.
You think so?
Yeah, I'll be
You
missing
know
you
how
for
many
sure.
views When I See You Again on
It's
YouTube?
been but I think that song could be
Oh, yeah.
in many different settings though.
You know how many it has?
True.
But it is not only because of funeral.
Okay, but okay. You
I
know
don't,
how
think
many?
I don't think it's a funeral song.
But
I don't think it's a funeral
But
song.
I'll tell you, majority and the only reason why it has as many views as it does is because it's a funeral song, and because the Paul Walker situation.
I don't know.
How many-
I don't think
guess
it's
how many it
a-
has?
Of course.
I'd say like
Billion.
I'll tell
billion.
you,
1 bill.
I'll tell you, "I'll Be Missing You" has like 34 million in 9 years.
Damn.
But that song's old, so a lot of them are probably actual album sales, like this back in that day.
Yeah.
There's probably way more. But When I See You Again has 6 billion just on YouTube. And that's not Spotify, Apple Music. 6 billion, nigga.
But I'm like, does it all correlate to
6
funeral?
billion.
I don't know.
I think the Paul Walker thing like shot it up. Then it's Fast and the
Yeah.
Furious, and then it's also funeral song. And that shit just went crazy. But 6 billion just on YouTube is insane.
I wonder if their thought process was going in there like this is gonna be for funerals. You know what I mean?
Maybe. I think it was supposed to be a tribute to Paul Walker. Wiz Khalifa, I seen him on Community, shout out to Community. He was saying that like basically he's like that's one of the only songs where like he's like Fast and the Furious, they sent it to me. They sent it to me and then they told me to get on it. Then I sent it back to them and like that was out of my zone. Like that's not how I write and not what I do. So I sent it back and when they fucking took it and they accepted it, I said, "Oh shit, we got one."
Oh yeah.
And that's like his most selling song out of anything.
And then Charlie Puth, the chorus.
singer?
Yeah. That guy has pitch perfect.
Whoa.
Like you can do that shit and he'd be like, "Oh, that's F minor." I'm like, "God damn, that's crazy." And he'd be like, "Let's start a beat like this," and he would start doing a melody, and he's like, and the drums sound like this, and he would just make the fucking song like he's intelligent. I think he graduated like. All right, let him get his singing off.
When I see you,
I'm gonna put auto tune on this part.
Yeah, please do, bro.
Just on this part.
Hook me up.
All right, so before we got on the pod, I asked Moriah, does she enjoy being a woman?
What the hell kind of question is that?
Because
It's a deep question.
I think that women and men, like I love being a man. I think women have to deal with a lot more shit that I would not want to deal with.
Right.
So
The short answer was no.
Do you want to be a man?
Yes.
Are you undercover?
no,
Want to get the surgery? Tell the truth.
No.
That's what he
The
asked
sur-
you, basically.
I mean,
You wanna turn into a
the
Trans
surgery
Am.
wouldn't
So you're
do
saying my
anything.
aunt has
I would
a
just
mustache.
look like a man and be a woman inside. That's my opinion.
You look like a
Don't
man.
hate me, but
You would be.
I feel like if
So you want a dick?
I would have to be.
So you want to fuck somebody? Is what you're telling me?
No.
That's crazy.
No, I'm just like, because like
That's
some women
just-
have said like like when they have to deal with certain things, like whether it be periods, whether it be childbirth,
So much.
whether it be just mental craziness.
What about how everybody opens the door for you? And what about pretty privilege? All right. What about
Oh
that?
my god.
That doesn't exist.
That happens with men too.
Barely.
You gotta be looking like, in order for that to happen, you gotta be looking like
Michael B. Jordan and shit. If you ain't Michael B. Jordan, bitch, get to the back
I'm
of the
like,
line. Get to the back of the line, nigga.
Oh my god.
If you're a cute girl, you come to the front. Come on.
I
girl.
do think that like attractive people
mean,
play life on
yeah.
easy.
No, I definitely no. They do. That's a fact.
I don't know about
No, that's a fact. They say that not on easy. Not on
Standing
easy.
on that side, she's like, I don't know.
No, not on easy because we
I don't
do have
think
to
it's
face
easy.
it.
All right, then we're gonna fuck
He's
you
like,
up.
we do.
We're gonna fuck you up. We're gonna make you look like Felicia from Friday. And then you're gonna walk around and try to get that same.
I want to see. That would be a good experiment.
That'd be crazy,
They don't
though.
give a fuck. They'll be like, she thick. Look at, don't give a fuck. If she got that mole or nothing, nigga. Shit. She got that witch nose. Fuck it.
That's what I'm saying. Because like,
no.
I've definitely seen those skits where like a guy, he's like all bummy and shit, walks past a girl, but at the same time, you don't know if these are real. But walks past the girl, don't pay him no mind,
And then he has a
and then he'll
Lamborghini.
come by again,
Mhm.
all done up, jump into the Lambo, and now she's like, wait, what you
Oh,
doing?
yeah,
you know
I've
what I
seen
mean?
those.
But those could be fake. You
No,
know
I
what I mean?
think those are fake,
Those
yeah.
could be fake. But
I think they're fake.
no, the reason I asked that is because we were like,
But it is a tribute to fucking what actually happens.
for sure.
Yeah.
Because the thing is,
I
a
just-
guy will take a girl who has little. He'll take a bagger.
McDonald's worker.
McDonald's worker, pretty. She's a good girl. He'll take her, make his money, get her a nice little house in Arizona. A girl,
She ain't gonna
she
look
finds a
at you.
bagger, and she's a fucking making
I don't
$100,000.
agree with that.
She's gonna-
No, you don't. It's not 100% true because there's
But-
cases, but it's the majority.
Majority. Yeah.
We're talking about the majority. How many of these fucking women that
I
are
think a lot
lawyers?
of women love for.
Would a lawyer get a, yeah, if it just
But-
happens, but if
I mean, I guess now,
And-
so
I feel like they gotta cross that path though. Like they'd have to meet the nigga, get to know him, blah blah blah. Whereas like, so if you're, let's say you're a lawyer and you go into Food for Less and you see a bagger, he's kind of cute, but he's a bagger. You're not fucking with him. You're about to get in your Mercedes and shit. This nigga, you're not fucking with him. Now if a nigga lawyer happens to go and see a
Yeah.
bagger and she's cute,
Take her out the restaurant. Take her out.
take her out to the restaurant.
Whatever.
Oh, she's
You
in
think
school. She's
age-
trying to be a nurse. And then for a nigga, for a girl, I don't give a fuck if this nigga's
well,
trying to be a
men are
nurse.
supposed to be providers.
Yeah.
So they're not good enough to build up and support.
So I mean, yeah. It's like
I think real like true love could be found in relationships like that where
That's what I'm saying.
where we're willing to grow together. We're willing to like support each other and grow together and not really like worry about where we're at right now,
'Cause
essentially.
a lot of women, if you think about it,
Yeah.
in those cases, they're missing out on love because that might be the greatest nigga and she could
Mhm.
build him up
Mm-hmm.
and he might
Right.
become a lawyer too. You feel me?
Right.
Or go to nursing school. Hey, babe, go to nursing school. Like, I get your
but
bagging and
people
shit.
don't invest.
But I'm just saying, a nigga
we're
is
That's
more
the
crazy.
sad part.
a
Yeah, we're
nigga,
crazy
a
rich now.
guy is more likely to do it for a female than the other way around. That's the point I'm trying to make. Would you agree with that, or do you disagree?
Go ahead. No, we want to know your.
Yeah, we want to know what you think.
Yeah, what do you think? You,
I mean, yeah, I agree that. But then I had a thought. Age, like
Yeah, it
the
could.
fact.
It
like
could
what?
for sure.
Like an older. That
Because
That's
Mm.
true.
I think that I never came across it where it's like an older woman. Like I think older women like be looking at younger men. A lot of them be like, he's just too young. I don't want to deal with this immaturity or like have to
Right.
build them up. And I think older men, they look at younger girls and they're just like, "Psst, I want to have this nice, piece of candy on my arm, basically, so everybody could look at me and be like, oh,
He's doing the big.
he's doing it. You know what I mean? He's doing his thing. So I don't know. I think that where they at?
That's what I'm saying. Where they at?
Where they at?
Where y'all at, man? I'm ready.
6'5",
I had a homie.
driven.
I got. See, women though can get soul tied because women are attracted to potential as well. So like they can see potential in you and they'll hold value in that. Whereas you don't actually have to have it. It's potential, and that's what a lot of niggas don't understand. Is like, I mean, I just feel like a lot of women have looked out for me, like growing up and coming to age and shit. Where it's just like it's because potential, because they see I'm driven and they see I'm trying to do something and shit. They're more likely to like
Stick around.
Have your back.
support, and like, you know what I mean? For sure.
Yeah, I get you. I get that.
I love all the women out there. I love you guys. You guys are true. I've said it so many times.
Work of art.
Work of
That's
art.
crazy.
Women are the best. No cap.
Gaslighting.
You don't believe me? Why you guys hating on me on that? What the fuck? I can't even
I
say
do
that.
believe you. No, I'm just saying, like, I guess I'm
Just
just
the way
putting
you say it.
my own like experience.
With me?
No, with a man, like
Oh.
trying to be forward.
No,
Do you
for
feel
sure.
like you've always
Everything
have
and
you feel like
just-
you've always been that, like
Yeah.
the support?
But no, that's the problem is you
I've
can't
been,
give it to
like-
everybody. Because some
True.
niggas will waste it. Potential is only good for so long
Exactly.
until it becomes into something.
You got a ghost in your house, nigga?
Oh hell no.
That shit just dropped. This nigga got Casper
Spooky
walking around
season's
there, dog.
over.
No, but for sure, potential
but-
potential is only good if it.
If you can
Turns into something.
see, yeah, if you can see growth, but falling in love with potential in that person, growing.
I don't know. I'm at a weird place right now where I don't know if I truly believe in like monogamous relationship. Like
Here we
let's
go.
there.
Here we go.
We going there.
Ah,
I just don't
Okay.
think I just think that like because we talk about this shit like one person can make you like there's not only one person that can make you feel all these type of things. There's probably thousands upon thousands of people
Millions.
that's the
that
problem.
that can make you feel the exact same as the next. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for me, like my next serious relationship, like I gotta like all the boxes gotta check off for me. It has to be a feeling though. Like I have to really feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like not no surface value bullshit. Like
Yeah.
it has.
I
to
don't
be
think there's anything wrong with that. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with fucking.
Let's go over some of the boxes.
Yeah. What are some of your boxes?
Interesting.
Let's hear this. Hey, no, we're gonna go over some of the boxes, and then we need some of the boxes that you check. Because I think that's a big thing too. Is that
Well, that's
people-
why I'm working hard on myself right
that-
now.
I think and-
Because ultimately the what I'm about to say, like I gotta be the magnet to attract that.
Mhm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I've
So
heard that, like, everything you want, whatever's on your list, you have to be that.
it's fucking it's
For-
worded wrong.
Like,
Yeah, no, for sure. It's like you have to exactly like you got to bring it to the table, and then that person has to meet you at the table with either the same drive or a little bit more or whatever. You know, like so for me, for once, you got to be shorter than me, and I'm talking
Ooh.
like
We went straight to a visual one.
that's
Wait.
everybody.
wait, hold on,
That's like so cute.
wait, no.
It's different if it was like me. I'm very
No,
like
but I'm talking about
5'1".
I'm like
you gotta be
I'm like significant. Like I want a significantly smaller woman. Like I want to
Like
be
a
Wants a
foot?
midget.
a whole foot.
yeah, like at least like 5'5", 5'4".
He wants to be able to pick her up.
Yeah, and cradle her. And come on,
That's so
baby, let's
cute. Hold it like a babe.
go. So
I would like that.
for
Okay,
sure
go.
that. Also like she has to be driven. Like she has to have some type of goals and like her own motion. Like she needs to be caught up. She needs to be so caught up in her shit that like me and her have to schedule shit basically. Like we have to schedule time with each other because we're both driven and we're so caught up in our shit. And she's not gonna feel like, oh, you're not giving me enough attention because all she's worrying about
What she's on.
is what I'm on.
Yeah.
You feel me? You get me? Like
Yep.
like she has to be driven to the point where it's like, I gotta call her. You got time today? Oh, I got time today. I understand because you driven. You doing your thing. You feel me? Like I need that shit in my life.
For real.
Because again, like I know that there's men out there that seek a lot of attention too, but I do feel like a lot of women are just so attention driven. Like if I'm not talking to you like every other hour, I'm not into you. You know what I mean? That type of shit
Right.
sometimes. That happens sometimes. So she has
Yeah,
to
it
be
does.
driven and like motivated and got her own motion going on and like wants to strive for more and shit.
What do,
I would love for her to be in some type of business shit or like her own shit. You know what I mean? Like it don't got to be music per se, but hey,
some
if
type of
What if you're
entrepreneurial
into the
shit.
same thing?
Some type of entrepreneur. Yeah, that's even
Or
better.
what
But
about building something together?
that's true.
that's the thing too.
But
That's
even
the thing, too.
some kind of entrepreneurial shit, just because I'm on this shit where I want to start my own some kind of business, some kind of product, some kind of something. Like
Mhm.
I want,
Just that mindset.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
also like there's a lot of women going to school doing stuff like that. That's good too. You know they're gonna reach them dollars either way, so I can't judge. And it's all a grind. You know what I mean? But it would be a plus to be like thinking about all that stuff, but also thinking like, how can I turn this into something where I don't have to work for nobody?
That's
Mm.
Because that's where
exactly
I'm trying to get potentially. Where like
exactly.
I don't
Like
want to
Right.
work.
no shame to anybody that's out there, career driven and stuff. Like they got a regular jobs and things like that, and they want to move up the corporate ladder and all that. But I ultimately do want somebody that's more business mindset, like because they understand that it takes more than just that 12-hour shift
No, for
type
sure.
shit. You know what I mean? Um, of course, me being that I'm into like the fitness stuff now,
Hit that blunt, nigga.
I hit already.
Just be healthy.
The lifestyles have to
Lifestyle
match
have
up
to
there.
match. Yeah.
It has to match there because like you don't want to be like trying to eat
Good.
healthy
Right.
and then like she's like, oh, I want to go to McDonald's, and you're like, then there's like a little a
Mhm.
disagreement there.
Right.
For sure. I don't
So
like that shit because if I'm thinking about all my like what I eat and my shit, like I don't want to like I want you to be on the same type of shit for sure.
yeah,
I couldn't date somebody who's like eating fast food or doing shit like
Mhm.
that at this point, just because, just like my kid ain't gonna be eating that. Now that I know about the importance of like what you eat and what you're doing, like my kid ain't gonna eat no McDonald's.
yeah.
You feel me? Like
Mhm.
on some shit where if I go to grandma's house, I'm gonna kind of get upset if she keeps giving him that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell her like,
Yeah.
nah, that's not what he eats. Like,
Mhm.
cause he gonna get used to that shit. And you see all these kids like,
9 years old,
I
overweight.
only want a kids meal. I only want a kids meal. Like, no, nigga.
Yeah,
You want some
That
ground turkey
saying,
and
you
squash?
are what you eat. It's
yeah.
Yeah.
so
That shit's
real.
real.
It's so real.
Shit's
I
real
was
as
thinking
fuck.
about that the other day, like all those cliches we hear growing up.
It's
Like
real.
More
believe
real
in
once you get-
yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
You believe you can achieve all that stuff. Like
For sure.
crazy.
No, for
So
sure. That's why.
for Pete's sake, where's the love coming soon? We're gonna do a whole fucking game show.
That'd be tight.
Hey.
Do some e dates. That'd be
So,
tight.
what else? What else?
I won't be on that show.
No, I'm gonna need. So I already talked about. I was like, I'll make one of the challenges and shit to like pick my favorite dish and have all the women go and get all the ingredients and make that
And
shit.
make it.
That'd be tight.
And then like whoever has the most fireest like dish basically that I like the most, they'll go on a private
The
date.
next-
You feel me?
Or the next challenge.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Or
be like a tier thing.
like a private like almost like
You're gonna give him a rose like
What
the
if you
Bachelor
like
and
more
shit?
than one dish?
Oh, then he
That's
likes
what
more
I'm
than
saying,
one girl.
like-
They go get.
Then
So
all
then they gotta
on
go
a
to the
date.
next challenge.
It's one of those special episodes where you're like, both your dishes were amazing.
Well, that's why you
Double
have
roses.
to. Well, also
You feel me? 2 roses.
also you have to have like the homies right there to kind of help you judge on that shit though too. You feel me?
Pete, she's not here for you, bro. She's
She
here
just
for the
wants to
They're
crowd,
have
gonna
bro.
fun.
lead
nigga.
you wrong.
She's a singer. She wants to use your studio, bro. I could tell already when you went to the studio, all she wanted to do was make a song, nigga. She didn't want to. She wasn't asking you shit about you, nigga.
So just some of those things, man. It has to be like we have to be fitness like oriented, like fit life. You know what I mean? Business life. She gotta be smaller than me. I'm telling you, like
Hard.
No, that's not hard at all.
that's
Shit,
not
you
hard.
should find a
but-
girl. You should
That's
find a
like the
girl your
last-
height.
That's the bottom.
Find somebody your
on the
height,
list.
nigga. You could have an NBA player in this bitch.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
Your
LeVar Ball and
kids.
shit.
Oh, your kids.
Well, that's the thing
You
though
have a
too.
whole
So
team.
okay, I take LeVar Ball. Like I take what he did as far as like when he was talking about when he picked his one like his wife, like he was looking for somebody that's gonna give him some athletes. You know what I mean? Like, so she had to be athletic. She had to meet these criterias and shit. And he talked about writing
That's
this whole
crazy.
plan out essentially for him and his boys. You know what I mean? And I never really me in the dating world, like I never really thought about it. I just like face value surface. Oh, she look good. Okay, like we might have some chemistry. Oh, okay, she's cool. Like, but like now I'm like, nah, nigga, like bring the check, the checklist, like just really, 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 really like um navigate it differently. You know what I mean? Like not just
Yeah.
on some face value
I
shit.
feel like you can have chemistry with a lot of
Exactly.
not really love
Mm,
or
mm, mm-hmm.
people.
What I'm saying it's just like face values. Like it's like,
Yeah.
oh, they're nice. Why are they nice? Oh, because they open the door for me.
But we should go back to
Okay.
that whole concept of not being monogamous. How can you get that connection? So if getting, I think you get confused,
Mm-hmm.
like because you can connect or have that chemistry with a lot of people.
It's kind of hard
I
to
believe like
decipher.
you know it's very
What am I looking for?
you can't find it in multiple. Because I'm having like different thoughts. At the same time. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
also thinking about how through your lifetime you can have so many,
Mm-hmm. Mm.
but maybe it's like a timing.
Yeah. Timing is important as well. And that's what I'm saying. Like for me, like right now, like I'm in a phase where it's like I know I have to work on myself like times 1,000. So timing wise, like none like to even put myself in the market, let's just say, right? And like going out there actively dating and stuff like that. Like like in the last like year I've dated a couple, but it's like but I know that like my energy and like where I need to really put my focus at is not in that shit because what I'm doing is essentially like just kind of could settle almost like you know what I mean? Like I could settle because this
Right.
person is nice and they got good qualities and
And
blah,
because you're like you
but
said,
it's like
you're bringing like a magnet where you are. So as you're trying to get better, you're like, I'm gonna get what I am right now. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Basically, I'm
yeah,
gonna get what I am
So
right
you're
now,
not
not what
happy
I'm
with
going for.
yourself
yeah.
right
Yeah,
now.
but I think in a way nobody should. I mean, I don't think most people are happy with themselves right now, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
especially our age and shit. I think this is
Mm,
like
well,
no, some
no.
people
I mean, me
are.
personally, like I feel pretty good,
No,
but
but it's not necessarily being unhappy with yourself. Like, I mean, like you're happy with yourself, but you're trying to make changes. You feel me? Like, if
you're still trying to grow
you're
and
I
grow.
happy that
mean,
you've
we're
evolved.
always gonna be growing.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
another thing.
You're happy that you've
Yeah.
evolved to this point and shit, and that you came from where you came from and shit. But like, you know that you could be more, and you're like,
And that's what I'm saying. Like for me, anything
But
right
does
now,
that mean you can't be
no, it doesn't mean that, but
for
or
me it
find
does. For me
someone?
it does.
it doesn't necessarily mean that.
For me it does. Like
But
I
it can
can't
mean
be
that.
with nobody right now because I understand that I need to give myself 100% attention, basically.
And that's a good thing. That's a fine thing to think.
And that's
That's
something
true.
that I never really thought about consciously until
Yeah.
like recent. Like I'm like, I mean, I've always struggled in the department of relationships and just women, you know.
Haven't we all? You feel me?
but I'm just saying, but at the same time, like I was willing to go through the bullshit and like willing to just settle, essentially. You know what I mean? Like just because I find these couple qualities, I'm willing to settle. And then like timing wise, like I just know now I'm like on a whole nother plane, a whole nother playing field. So it's like I can't focus on you. I can't settle. I got to keep going and just keep striving to ultimately get myself into. I guess it's gonna come down to a feeling. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
do you feel secure right now?
Yeah.
Is this the right time for you right now?
Hey, I'll say it like all the people
Right.
out there like me. I'll admit it right now on camera, nigga. I'm not happy with myself. I procrastinate. I'm late. I know I could do
Those
more.
habits.
I know I could do
Yeah.
more. You feel me? Like,
But
and
it takes that right there to know where you got to change.
Exactly.
You know
exactly.
what I mean?
And so like
admitting it
You're
to
aware
that's
of
why
yourself.
I'm like I'm willing to say
Yeah.
I'm not happy with myself with certain things because I know that I could do more. Like
Yeah.
and I could say all the things I work a lot, I do this and shit. Like those things are always gonna be there. But to say I
Especially if you
could
don't work on the
to
shit
say I
that you
couldn't
really
have
want
made
to work on.
100 podcast clips by now, that's a lie.
Mhm.
You feel me? Like
Yeah.
so you feel me?
No,
That's
and that takes that. Like, you got to just look yourself in the mirror. Like, a lot of times we're always looking at everybody else, but it's like, nah, bro. Take the time to look
Right.
yourself in the mirror
That you
and say,
versus you.
you bullshitting.
no,
You
for
know what
sure.
I mean? Like,
For sure. And we can all say it, and it's easy to say it to the next person, but we can all look at our own selves and see one quality or one thing
that's
like
fucked.
that. That's like,
Mhm.
damn, there is this dream I've been thinking about. There is this thing, and like, I'm not putting 1,000% into it for whatever reason that I give myself. Just like going to the
Right.
gym, you feel me? Like, that's just part of my routine now, and it sounds ridiculous when I hear people say they can't get an hour in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, 3
Mhm.
times a week.
You're
You
going to
feel me?
watch that Netflix.
That's
You
just-
make
yeah,
time
an
for
hour.
what you want.
That
to.
shit sounds ridiculous to me now. But
Right.
like to them, it sounds ridiculous
To hear it the other way.
to hear it the other way around. You feel me? And it's the
Mm.
same way. You know what I'm saying?
Just comes down to drive, man. I mean, you gotta be able to
Discipline.
you gotta be able to like understand that it matters.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because ultimately, like for me, like I've neglected my health over the years for many years now. You know, I've been trying to get back, right? But like I haven't full on just like committed to it.
Yeah.
And just over the years, like you just like you gotta just like essentially just almost kick yourself in the fucking, kick yourself basically
Yeah.
and be like, okay, well, what do we do now to change that shit?
No,
you
for
know?
sure. So everybody out there in the
Yeah.
chat, man, I fuck with all y'all niggas. I know some niggas personally in there. I know some women in there. I know some people in there. Some, let me not call
Yeah.
everybody niggas. It's a serious conversation. You feel me? And let's all just go get it. You feel me? Like really look at yourself when you get a chance and just like, what is the thing that I'm holding back on or not doing and shit?
Mhm.
Like, I'm not saying you need to be depressed and be unhappy with yourself because that's not the way I'm saying it. When I say I'm unhappy with myself, you feel me? Like, just think about
Just
it
have standards that you want to
that you want to meet
uphold
for
and
yourself.
meet, yeah, for
Exactly.
yourself.
And make
And
that standard. And go,
That's it right there.
make that standard and go
Mhm.
get that shit for sure. This week is Sunday. You guys probably gonna get this shit on Wednesday.
Yep.
But either
Mhm.
way, there's
Hump
no
day.
day like today. There's no
Hump day.
there's no day like today. Either way, whatever day you get this.
Whatever
Wednesday,
day you get
Thursday,
this
Friday,
message,
Saturday,
start.
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday,
Start
Wednesday.
No, and that's the
again.
thing right there, though. You
Thursday,
said it right there. It's
Saturday.
like the whole idea where like you just it just comes down to that, bro. Just start.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I
Right.
mean? It's like whatever the fuck it is,
That's the big
start.
thing.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Just
Today.
Just like the
Like,
gym.
now.
Just like
now,
the
right now. Don't pause this yet.
Yeah.
Watch this all the
Yeah,
way
I do.
through. But whatever it is after this shit, just start, bro. Like
just
After
like
you watch this, comment. What
Yeah.
are
If
you
you
gonna
wanna make a
start?
website,
Hey, comment.
Yeah,
after this
comment.
Where you
shit,
gonna
go on
start?
to fucking Shopify. Start making your website. Wix, start making a website.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, man, just start. And that's just like
Yeah.
where I'm trying to get, because like, of course you see on TikTok like a lot of well put together people, right? Social media, you see a lot of well put together people, but we're
Mhm.
we're all going through something. You know what I mean? But I was telling him yesterday, I was like, bro, like, because some people try to fault you for it too. Like when you're trying to get together, like yourself together, not everybody sees it that way. You know
For
what
sure.
I mean? They might be like, oh, you don't want to fucking hang out with me, or oh, you don't want to do this with me,
Take
or you
it
don't want to,
personal.
take it personal. It's like, nah, bro,
Yeah.
because if it's taking me away from what I really want to do in my life, then I have to shut that shit out.
No, for
And that's
sure.
why I was telling him, I'm like, is it a crime that I want to live my life in this very like structured manner? Like,
Uh-huh.
I'm talking about like, I have a bad habit of like not putting my dishes back in the sink until it fucking stacks up. You feel me? And then I'll go take it. And it's like, nah, bro, like just eat the fucking thing and go put it in the sink and wash it.
Yeah.
You
30
know what I
seconds
mean?
and then you won't have to worry about it.
Wash it, put it away.
You know, and it's
Done.
like it's something so
Yeah.
it's that's a small thing to me, but it's a macro that matters in the it's a micro that matters in the macro. Like it
Mhm.
really matters. Like if I can't get that in check, then I can't get the next thing in check.
For sure. I had seen
You
this
know?
gym post and it said, like, if you lift too light, they call you weak. If you lift too heavy, they say
You're
you're trying to
lifting.
show out.
Yeah.
They say you eat too much, you're overweight. You don't eat enough, you got fucking body issues and shit. Like,
Yeah.
it's like no matter what the fuck you do, like people are gonna like.
So
But
Make
it's not
sense.
about what the people say though. It's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You just
No,
shut
no.
it down right now.
Shut it down.
Shut it all down. Everyone's opinions down. Like
No, exactly. That's why it's
Yeah.
like at
they
that
just,
point,
no matter
you just,
what you do, like
yeah,
you
it's
can't
like-
It's
make
up to
people
you.
happy.
if
a
you
lot of
if you
times.
want to make music, they're gonna say, "Oh, look, this is another rapper, goofy ass nigga."
Mhm.
You blow up, they're gonna be like, "Oh,
I
always
knew
knew.
it.
I always knew it." You feel me? Like,
I
how the
knew
fuck
you
you
would
want me
make
to?
it.
How you want me to blow up if you won't let me be the corny goofy nigga first? That's just
Right.
starting and
Mhm.
paying $100 for a video.
That's
type shit.
another thing. Like you're just starting. How can you expect anybody to be perfect at it?
For sure.
But yeah, I mean, it's just
At
it's
least
just,
they're doing. That's another thing too.
At least
People
they're
like
doing
to
it.
like talk down on you for doing something.
No,
oh yeah,
for sure. That's
it's
what it
always
is.
just like
Are they-
self projection.
For sure.
Mhm.
That's why I like too, and they can't see it because for them it seems impossible. So
Right.
like, of course they're not gonna see it and shit.
No,
But yeah,
yeah,
so fuck everybody's opinions.
that's
Go
it,
get that
bro.
shit.
That's it.
On
Get
another
it.
note, though,
That's it.
Put blinders on.
let
Yep.
me ask you guys about bathroom floor mats. You have a bathroom floor mat?
I have a rug.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
you have a bathroom mat?
Yeah.
So I was talking to somebody and we were talking about floor mats, and they brought to my attention. Shout out Ashley, brought to my attention like floor mats are nasty. Like you have them on the floor, and then like you
Walking
get
in
out
on
the
'em.
shower and step on them,
Right.
but then you have people come to your house and they take a shit and walk on them with their shoes,
Piss and it
Piss,
just falls into
splatter.
That.
That's
Yeah.
You
true.
feel me? And then you get out the shower and you
I
just
never
step on
thought
them.
about it honestly.
I never thought about that until
I
she
just
said it.
I just have it there because like I don't
Mhm.
want to slip and eat shit. Like that's pretty much why it's there. But it's pretty nasty.
And it looks nice.
And it looks
Yeah,
nice.
it's a nice decorative item.
So what she says she does is she uses it when she gets out the shower and then she hangs it on the shower on the like.
Which
That's
that
the
is
thing.
something that should be done, like more cleansed.
And I would say
cleansed-
like
cleansed-
it's
cleansed
crazy
way.
because like I'm probably gonna do that now. I'm gonna get a new one to do that. But like
yeah.
it's crazy because in my head I don't imagine a bathroom full. Like it's not decorated if it doesn't have the mats on the floor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it
like
looks
a-
all empty.
Like my initial thought
You
when
can have one for you when
that's
you
true.
shower, like how she picked it up.
Yeah.
You can have one that's there,
That's true.
and then the separate one.
That's true.
gets out
But
the
now
shower.
you're just doing a lot. You feel me? Like now I just feel like you're doing a lot.
It's more maintenance.
and-
it's more
and-
maintenance.
Usually they come in a pack anyway.
No, okay. So that's cool. But what I'm saying is just like you can do that, and that's probably the best thing to do. But after thinking about it this whole time, the main thing I'm saying is like after thinking about it this whole time is like I never would have thought I had to do some extra shit like that. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
in my head, I'm just thinking you put the mat.
Here's another question: do you guys you close it when you flush, or you just flush
I'm
with it
told
open?
to, but I don't.
I don't. I don't.
But yeah, they say that the particles just come shooting out.
Yeah, they have a
You
video on
ever think
YouTube.
about that?
They did a test. They did a test like on NBC or some shit like that, and they put a bunch of like green lights, and then they flush it, and it shows how far it goes. Bro, I'm telling you, like it goes from out this room. It's going out this room, legitimately. Like that's how far it's shooting and shit.
Crazy.
I definitely think about
Just
that.
walking into the bathroom, just breathing all that shit in.
I definitely think about that when
Think
I
about
take
a
a
public-
shit. Like when I go to
public
exactly when I go to the bathroom at
Ugh.
work and I
Oh,
flush the
that's so
toilet.
gross.
Like I try to get out the stall as it's because it's automatic.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like get my pants up and get out that bitch as it's flushing shit, just because it's in my
We
head.
got so much shit to worry about, right? It's
No,
like,
for sure.
but like,
So much people
Well,
think
another
about.
thing that she said was, do I flush the toilet every time like the poop drops?
I like to do that, yeah. But that's just because
So it's not sitting there under
it's
your
not
ass.
sitting there. And then like as far as smell
I
and
mean,
odor, you could
every
just
time,
dump.
no, but like
As soon
if
as it
I'm
drops,
sitting there
boop.
for a while,
That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm talking about covering no more than a couple.
Now we're
seconds.
wasting a lot of water.
That's what I said. The whole back is empty by the time
I
you
could
even...
see if you're like kind of like, well, this is TMI, but like if you're constipated,
And you're there for a
you're
while.
sitting for a while, maybe, or
Yeah,
if
maybe.
you, yeah.
No, for sure. I mean, for me,
I
the
don't
reason
see
I
myself
do
flushing
that
it
is
too
because I
much.
went to juvenile hall one time, and that's what it was saying.
Oh
to
yeah,
do.
they're gonna want you to do that for sure. If you're in
So-
jail or in
Just
something
'cause
like
it
that.
smells.
So ever since then, like it's like a habit. Like I'll just be there and I'll just
Well, because
flush.
it's by other people and shit too, and nobody
and,
wants.
and in public too, for sure. Like if
Yes.
I'm in public, like it should
At
just
least
start-
courtesy. At least courtesy.
Start reeking in the
At least
room.
courtesy. Let's get out the shit talk though. I know
I
that
know,
was
nobody
about
likes
shit.
shit talk.
Nobody likes shit talk. It was really about the floor mats. That's what
See,
it was all about. The floor mats. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I was just gonna ask, what do you guys think about public? Like, you guys, is it difficult to go in public for you?
Nah, yeah,
If
I
I
don't
gotta
go.
go, I gotta go.
No, yeah, if I
do
gotta go,
not
I gotta go.
care.
But I'm not going.
I'm
I don't
not
go to
holding it. I know some people that hold it
like parks
till they
and
get
shit.
home.
I'm not doing
Fuck
that.
no.
I'm not doing parks and shit. That's too much.
Beaches,
Beaches, shit like that. I'm not
No.
doing it. I'll
Yeah.
hold
porta
it.
potties, Nope.
No porta potties and shit.
nope.
No, I'm not doing that.
McDonald's, Jack in the Box.
Really?
Hell
Honestly,
no.
the only public
There's
place.
too many homeless be going up in
No,
there.
for sure. The only
Oh,
public place,
yeah.
Starbucks,
I got
maybe.
stories like when you go in the bathroom and somebody's just butt naked
Oh, that's
showering.
crazy.
What?
That's happened
Wait.
a couple times.
Like with the sink, like bird bath and that shit.
Bird bath, Jack in a
Just
Box.
right there, just no. That's wild. But wait, you walk into that like a homeless person doing
yeah.
that? Oh, okay. But that's what I'm saying. Like the public bathrooms, like that shit gotta be nice and clean, bro. Like, cause these like not to to hate on any homeless person, they gotta do what they gotta do. But like at a
Right.
Jack in the Box, like McDonald's, they should be fucked up in there. I'm like, I'm not even dropping my pants on this floor. You
No,
feel
for
me?
sure.
Like
100%.
you got little,
Gotta hold.
you got a little water on the floor. You
You
don't know if it's
gotta,
piss. You don't know if it's water. Like, nah, I'm good.
Squat on over. You don't even put the cover. You just squat up.
No, for sure you have to. But again, off the shit talk now.
We got lucky, man. We could just whip out anywhere and go. You feel
For
me?
sure.
Women can't do that.
In other news though, did you see Snoop quit smoking?
The Godfather of
The
smoke.
Godfather of weed, man. I seen this nigga smoking weed before a Super Bowl performance type shit on the
Yeah.
field.
Yeah,
Late to the performance because he got to hit the blunt a couple times.
yeah.
You feel me?
But I think he left it so cryptic. So you're like, what is he talking about? Is he smoke free? Like, don't want to smoke like beef?
Nah, it was clear what he's saying.
No, he
It
left
was
it.
very
Why?
clear.
Why?
He just posted a picture. He said, "No more smoke for me." Like, he ain't talking about no beef, nigga. He's making some shit up,
I
nigga.
don't know.
But I'm thinking.
He left it pretty cryptic.
I'm
in
thinking.
my eyes.
I'm thinking. Everybody knew what the fuck you talking about. I'm thinking health reasons though. If I had to guess anything,
Yeah,
it had to
maybe.
be some health.
All those blunts.
Nigga, he's 80 years old, smoking Swishers
This
on
nigga 80
Swishers every
years
day.
old.
He's like, how old is he?
It's like 55,
60?
50.
Yeah, 80 is
Three.
crazy. Huh?
I say 54. I'll say
52.
52. Yeah.
that
Damn.
bad. But still,
Like it's 80.
52.
Yeah, a lot of years.
Damn.
52 smoking for like
Uncle
fucking
Snoop.
27
Okay.
years and shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Straight Swishers.
What I hate though, man. I mean, I whatever. Everybody want to fucking follow, so be it. But like, everybody also know if he's gonna quit, I'm quitting. You know, it's just like,
Yeah.
shut the fuck
No,
up.
it did seem for clout. If it's for clout, it's kind of like
Maybe he's trying to be a good influence.
no,
No.
not him. Other people.
Other
doing it.
people like me,
Ah.
and then Coy.
Oh,
Coy's like, after Thanksgiving, I'm gonna quit. I'm like,
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, like for clout, like it's kind of cheesy and shit, but it is what it is. But at the same time, like I've already been talking to you
Right.
about this for like the last couple of weeks, like that
Go
I
on,
want to
Gunner.
take a break and shit and quit. So it's like I could see how maybe one of them is thinking the same shit because they're smoking on another level. And for me, I'm already just like, bro, it's like sometimes it's like, what's the point? Like it really has no use at this point. It's just habit. So I'm smoking. I'm smoking right when I
back
get home.
to the habit.
Smoking a blunt
Yeah.
at 9 p.m. when I know I'm supposed to go to sleep at 10 and then going to sleep at 11. Like, why am I gonna roll a blunt an hour before I'm gonna go to bed? Supposed to go to bed,
there's
or
no
technically
help,
supposed,
there's no benefit. For
or
me.
technically supposed to go to bed right then at 9. But
Yeah.
instead, I'm gonna roll a whole blunt and smoke it. Like, it don't make no sense. So I'm sure for
and
somebody
it's
like
wasteful, like
wasteful,
money wise.
yeah, I'm sure Coy Leray fucking
they're smoking on a whole.
there's a whole
nother-
other level to where it's like, really, what is the point of having 30 blunts pre-rolled for me every day and smoking them all day while I go?
It's definitely been
do
times
things.
where like I've had like a
Yeah.
half ounce, and it's just like so much weed. Like I'm smoking, and it's just like I've had moments where I got like disgusted by it. Like it's just so much weed, and then you're like so high. Like
I don't know
definitely
about
had
that.
those
I ain't
moments.
never been disgusted by my.
I've definitely had moments where I've been disgusted by it, bro. Where I'm like, I'm good. Like I'm
Mhm.
good right now because I've just been smoking. So
But that's
much.
the thing is, I do.
Right.
I like to coin it, but I do live a Rastafarian lifestyle. You feel me? Like I feel like it's just like I don't actually live a Rastafarian lifestyle. It's not fully, but like
You
the
throw
joke is
that
In
new
your
Andre
mind.
3000 album and just
you feel me. But the joke, the point I'm trying to make is
the
just like
flutes.
I've been smoking. The first time I smoked, I was 12 years old. You feel me? Like essentially, I stopped smoking for like 3 years between there. But other than that, I've been smoking my whole life. Like it's literally like my culture at this point. I feel like And even when it comes to Snoop and it comes to these, like, they made it a part of my culture. That's what I'm watching and shit. Like, that's literally.
Yeah,
and
when I
that's
thought
why,
about being a rapper or any type of musician, it was like smoking blunts.
yeah,
and like
smoking a blunt in the
being
studio and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't. And that's the thing. That's the thing about it with Snoop quitting is like, if it's a health reason and I want everything, but it's like, in a way, then you look at it and it's just like, damn, that's the nigga that kind of made me smoke. Didn't make me, but promoted it to me. And it's like, now he's going through health shit 25 years later, 30 years later, possibly. And it's like, damn, like.
No, we don't. I mean, we don't know.
We don't know that.
Your future.
We don't know that, but
you
like,
can see where you might end up.
Statistically, I mean,
So
there are those old men that smoke cigarettes their whole life and they drink wine. They live to 100 years old, and then there's people that are super healthy and they die at 65.
Yeah.
But what kind of life were they living?
Healthy.
But sometimes it's healthy. Sometimes it's completely healthy, and then
Patrick Swayze.
Sometimes they're healthy, and then they get pancreatic cancer or some shit, and then you got the nigga who's smoking cigarettes, and he's 100 years old. You feel me? Like, but still, like, obviously you got to promote healthy habits, just like we're talking about what we can eat and shit like that. So it's like, no matter what, smoking blunts. And now I'm to the point where
it's bad for you.
I'm smoking a blunt every single day. There's no way that that's good. You know what I'm saying? So,
smoking your lung. Nothing's supposed to go in your lungs.
Nothing's supposed to go in your lungs. And then on top of that, you're doing tobacco. It's like promotes cancer. Smoke in general promotes cancer, but tobacco very much so promotes cancer. I'm smoking a blunt a day. Like,
for sure.
If I don't slow down or stop for a while and I keep on this path and I'm smoking 365 blunts plus a year, like,
plus
that's insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then you're smoking the worst of the worst, which I just inhaled that as well. The backwood.
It's not the worst of the worst.
That shit's a straight leaf, bro. Like, that's just straight.
It's a clean leaf compared to all the other leaves, like grab a leaf.
Well,
those are natural, actually.
That shit gets me lightheaded like I smoked a cigarette.
Well, yeah, because it's tobacco, but like in comparison to like a backwood that's like got the tobacco powder all in it because it was rolled and it's a leaf and shit.
Oh, you're saying that like it's
that's gonna have more residue, but that's not as good. I'd probably grab a leaf with nothing on it is a natural straight leaf. That'd probably be best, but. Gotcha. I mean, either way, fuck all that shit in general. Like, and for me at this point, I'm
denouncing this weed right now.
Well, no, I'm gonna keep smoking.
Right, if he smokes next episode,
I'll probably be smoking next episode. I'm not gonna quit weed. I'm not gonna quit.
You're saying blunts for now.
What I'm gonna do is I am gonna quit weed for a couple months, like I did last time, discipline and tolerance break, and then I'm gonna come back to smoking, but no blunts. Cause right now, like my habit, I just want to smoke a blunt. Like. My body is like roll a blunt up because
you want that nicotine.
I want that nicotine with it, and I realized that because I could pack a bowl, but I don't want to pack a bowl. I want to roll the blunt, and
I tell you, bong hit all the time. You're like, nah.
Yeah, if I do that, I'll still get high, but I won't be as like happy. Like I won't be as like
fulfilled
I never thought about
I won't be as fulfilled for sure. So that's why I need to put weed down altogether, and then kind of. Detox from both.
Do you think it like stops your productivity though too?
No, for the most part, I like doing the things I'm supposed to do while I'm smoking.
Yeah.
I guess there are times
but
where
if you don't have it, like does it stop you?
I want to go get it first.
That's part of the habit. I was just gonna bring that up. Are you gonna add that?
What?
Like having that, basically like subconscious. I need to smoke to do this.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely want to get rid of that. I
don't look at the back of a $20 bill. Weed?
Yeah. I don't need to smoke before I go to Target. I don't need to like. I kind of want to limit that type of shit. You feel me? Like,
girls
I can't stand people like that.
For
like,
sure.
I gotta do this.
I'm definitely the type like if I'm going out the door, like I won't necessarily take the pen with me every time, but I'll definitely hit it like before going to the gym. I'm like.
No, I'll roll a blunt before the gym. I get home and that'll end up like kind of lagging me back, and then I go at 6.
That doesn't affect like when you're breathing when you're working out.
A little bit, but if I wait long enough, like it's usually like okay. But I'm sure I could breathe better if I didn't. I'm sure.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'll literally like, cause I get home at 5, and I tell myself I get in the gym by 5:30, I could get out by 7:30, get a good hour and a half, 2 hours in there, solid. Yeah. But then like I'll roll a blunt, walk around for a second. Sit down. Next thing you know, I'm getting there at 6:15. Now I'm in there till 8, 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
You feel me? And that's another reason why I don't cook that much, because it's like I get home, it's like 8:30, and I'm supposed to be going to sleep at 9 or 10. So now to the point where now that I'm starting to meal prep and shit, like that's coming in handy because that's making up for that little time. Right. But there's literally no point in me cooking up a whole meal at fucking 8:30 p.m., 9 p.m.
And you're using that time to roll a blunt, you know?
Yeah. Well, no, I have half of the blunt left from before I went to the gym.
Yeah.
So I just sparked that back up.
Just have some blunts ready.
Yeah, I have the half from earlier. Well, no, yeah, for sure. I just have them all
You can't
rolled
touch
up.
them though. You gotta
Yeah.
be like disciplined. Like I got these ready, but they're for certain days.
And
like
I
your
think,
meal
yeah,
prep.
for sure, meal prep the blunts.
This is the Target blunt. This is to the movies. This is.
But also, what I want to do is hold it to not everything, but for some things, hold it till after I complete the task.
Kind of use that
Like
as
a
a
I
reward.
like I'm gonna
Reward.
clean. Hold on, let me roll this blunt and fucking hit it a couple times before I clean. Like,
Yeah.
no, just clean some nigga or clean it all, then spark up that or roll that blunt after that.
So use it as like a reward
A
system.
reward, you feel me? Like, yeah, for sure.
Damn, I don't even remember my last break. I think it was when I got COVID. It was like 30 days.
No, for sure.
That was my last break, and that was like in like June.
When did I do mine? Like last year?
How
I
do
feel
you
like this
feel
year-
on the break?
How do you feel? The first week was kind of rough this last time, I'm not gonna lie. Usually it's only 2 days and I get over it, 2-3 days. But this first week, this last time, it was like lingering and shit. And you don't eat as much.
Honestly, for me,
No
like
appetite.
it was pretty normal. That was I didn't have no like withdrawals or.
But it was
anything.
probably because you were sick
But
too.
I was
So
sick, and then like
Right.
that made me not want to smoke.
Yeah.
And then by the time I got like I wasn't sick anymore, I just didn't have the desire.
yeah, for sure. I think that's what made it different.
But then I wound up going to the pen. Like now I just smoke the wax. For the most part.
Yeah, it's stronger.
I guess.
He says it's not, but it is.
Doesn't seem like it.
Oh,
sure,
she's
for
like
sure.
more constant.
Yeah, for sure.
And then like I only really smoke weed now when I'm like
We're
chilling.
here.
With Kyle.
We're in the studio.
I'm like when I'm with Kyle.
We're in the studio. We're just smoking like 2-3 blunts for sure every time. But
Yeah.
that's the thing too. I feel dependent on it in that way too. Like
That's what I'm
I
saying.
was thinking
do
about that
think
the
What,
other day.
what are the positives? Like, what's the positive? Like,
Creativity.
kinda
For
what
me,
Creativity.
mostly music. And
Yeah.
it just relaxes me and lets me like honestly like well, let me not say that on here. But certain things that are that I need to do, it'll make me basically like that I have to do on a daily. It'll make me like not be upset about having to do that. Like I'm about to do, I'm like, fuck. Get up. All right, fuck it. I hit this a couple times. I'm like, all right.
It's like it's
I'm
spinach.
like,
it's
yeah,
like
for real.
Popeye. It's like Popeye the
No
spinach
cap.
and shit.
I
you
got a
feel
little
me?
bit of the blunt left. Hit that shit. All right, fuck it. Brush my teeth.
Go in
I'm
there,
ready to
lift
go.
heavier
Yeah, it's
and
nothing.
shit.
I'm gone. Like, let's go. I gotta go do my shit. For
I
the
do
day.
think it's for me creativity. Like I could definitely create without it, but for sure, like I'd rather be blazed and then like go do some music, which is bad. That tells you need that shit.
No,
Right.
yeah, I was thinking about the other day. Like, I don't even like.
What are the-
I've gotten to the point where I don't know if I can make music in my head.
Without.
I don't know if I can make music without it. Like I've said it in my music. I said, fucking, I just hit the blunt and let it speak for me. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
legit. You feel me? Like no cap. But I think I could. But sometimes it just feels like it'll be. I don't know. I guess I got to try it.
Try it on your next.
I feel like I'll be more like my voice is gonna be like more excited and shit. Like
if you're not high,
yeah, for sure.
no, yeah, that's real shit. I think we gotta
You got to try that.
definitely look at.
We
those
might just turn
things.
to Andre 3000 or some shit without it.
Man, that have you heard of that? Like, have you?
I haven't heard it yet.
listened?
The new one.
Oh man, we
Is
thought
it
we
good
were,
or no?
But we thought we were getting a rapping album, but it's just like
Yeah, he said he was gonna do some whole.
it's just
shit.
it's a bunch of instrumentals with like it's all tuned to like 432 that frequency,
Mhm.
and it's all about like pretty much meditation.
Is he rap? Is he doing singing or rapping, or
No.
it's just straight instrumentals?
All instrumentals.
I should rap on one of them.
They're just like
You can't
they're just like those like that. Let's say you want to like
relaxation
relaxation
music.
music. That's all it is.
I could find one with some kind of hi hat or some shit on there.
Mm-mm.
Add a little bass to one.
They're just like a bunch of flutes and shit. Bro.
Download it and add a kick and
Bro,
a hi
it's
hat on that
It's a
shit.
bunch of flutes. I was surprised because like when I seen Andre 3000 drop an album, I'm like, oh, hell
about
yeah, you know?
Yeah.
bro, it's just nothing but just a bunch of flutes and
Do you think you could do that though?
A lot
Like
of people
grab
are
one of
turning
them
to
and then flip it.
meditation.
maybe, yeah, maybe,
Maybe like this, make a video like this is what I did with the Andre.
maybe, yeah.
shit.
I never
and
thought
go
about
crazy. That'd be hard.
that. Yeah.
That'd be hard. Have you guys ever heard of the 6 degrees of separation?
So that phrase sounds familiar. I have no idea.
So basically, it's the thought that like every person is connected by 6 people or less.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
6 people or less, and like that's why the whole friend of a friend comes up so often, because it's like you really could just like even imagine like DG and Danny, like,
Yeah.
you feel me? Like,
Yeah. Well, I always have this thought. Like, I'm like, I wonder how many people you know that I know, but we don't know that we both know them.
yeah.
Type shit. You know what I mean? Because I've definitely come across people where like I pull up to some spot and then like I'm with somebody and then they're like, oh,
You
wait,
know this
you guys
person
all know
too?
each other? They're like, yeah.
No, for
And
sure.
we all know each other like heavy though. Like,
Yeah.
but we just never knew that we knew each other.
And if you think
It's
about it,
trippy.
like, that's just like value why, like, this is supposed to be like the whole world. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, if I want to talk about somebody in Somali, like, I could go to like somebody in my family that knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who then knows that person.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying?
that's kind of crazy. What is that
That'll
though?
be
Like,
dope to test out.
No, for sure. That'd be sick.
but
6
like,
degrees of separation.
but what is the whole frame? Like, what is that? Like, is there anything deeper than that? Like, is there?
Well, it's just the thought that like everybody's interconnected in a way.
Okay, so
In
it's
some
just
sort
like
of way.
Okay,
And 6 people or less. And the 6 isn't a lot. It could be 4 people, 3 people. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, 1 person. For you, it was
Gotcha.
one person
Gotcha.
a couple of times.
Gotcha.
But no more than 6.
Mm.
That's a crazy thought.
So is that why everybody fucking be like, oh, you look like my cousin? Oh, you look like my
Bro, looking by people was crazy. I was just talking about this shit. I was like, there's so many people that look like somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, I seen
yeah.
somebody at work the other day that
Yeah.
looked like fucking somebody I went to high school with, but like he looked like the older, like,
Version.
shot out version of him.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hope he ain't
You were
listening.
just
Nah, he
older.
ain't
You
listening.
shot out.
There's
too.
nobody that I know. I don't know that nigga. I just happen to see him from afar, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, then there's another nigga that looks like my cousin's baby daddy and shit. Like, he looks just like that nigga, but a little tweaked. But same color, same beard. Wears his hat the same. Like,
Well, I
that's trippy.
I'd
They
be
have
tripping
same
on
mannerisms
no,
and
for
stuff,
sure.
or styles.
For
Like,
sure.
that's crazy. Like body
Nigga,
language.
you go to a Walmart, any Walmart in the world, nigga, they gonna have the same door greeter in that motherfucker. The same. You feel me?
They all look the same.
They have criteria when you apply.
No, for sure. You gotta look like this. You gotta be an old lady, a little white kid, or you feel me? Like that little white kid
my
Scott and shit. That's how every single one and shit. He's young. He's like 17 and shit.
No,
Oh
that shit's
my
real. That
God.
shit's real.
How many times have you guys got like taken for somebody? Like literally.
All the time.
This motherfucker I've seen.
Really?
How many times have I sent you a nigga? Like literally
at least 3 or 4 times.
like
no,
3
like
to 5
you're out
times.
and somebody thinks you're somebody else. Like
That shit
they
happens
call
to
you
me.
by somebody's
No, that don't really happen
like,
to me no
no,
more.
that's not me.
Bro, the trippiest one that happened to me on a boat in the middle of the Caribbean. Like
It's crazy.
they're like, oh wait, oh no, it's not you, and it's like, wait, what the fuck? Like, but it be happening to me a lot, and that's why I talk about like we talked about it before, and I got this from Joe Budden, and he was like, do you think that life shows you a glimpse of your death? And
How the fuck is that?
let me knock on some wood. Let me tell you, because he said that like he's always clumsy, so he feels like life is showing you that he's gonna die by some clumsy shit. Me, I'm always getting mistaken identity. Like all the,
Somebody gonna-
I just don't. I hope it don't happen like that.
No, it's hard to
hell
mistake this
no.
nigga because how many? I know there's niggas that look like him, but they ain't 6'4". Like,
Bro, I've had a woman tell me, "Oh, you look just like my grandson that passed away. Oh, you look." Oh, you look like my brother. Oh, you look like I have it all the time,
crazy.
bro.
I get
The-
that all the
all
And I
the
hate
ones
it.
I've seen of this nigga too. I've seen short ones. I've seen tall ones. I've seen all
Every
type of
time
niggas for
we're
sure. And then they all have glasses too, is the thing too, and beards like this
What
nigga.
the-
Remember I
Wait,
showed you
that's
the one at the gym?
Yeah.
That nigga looked
The
like
one that
a
was funny
miniature.
was I think it was Gina or
Miniature.
somebody. Hey Peter.
Who-
Hey Peter. Every time you seen him, hey Peter.
Bro, it's
God.
crazy.
But it happens to you a lot. You get mistaken.
all the-
Yeah.
I guess I have a familiar face. I don't know.
hate it though. Like I honestly hate getting spotted before spotting someone. Like you ever get that? Like you run into somebody you haven't seen in years, but they just like they call you out from the crowd and shit. You're just like, and then they'd be like, "Oh, we got to link up soon." And it's like, nigga, I got the same number, same address.
Oh, that-
We ain't never
like
linking
you-
up. Like,
All right, let me ask you guys a question. You go to a dinner, right? Do you automatically split the bill between the people? Or do you pay what you ate?
A group. You talking about a group?
And-
A group.
Yeah, we split. Like sometimes I tell the people, like the waiter before, this is all split checks.
I
Just so,
think it
start with
depends because
my shit.
sometimes
It
you
does-
guys
definitely
share.
depends.
If we're sharing certain plates, might as well.
Yep.
I think
I
it's
agree with
easier to just split it like that because it's just cost effective, right? Like
That too, yeah.
So I think yeah, like cost effective. Let's do that. Like, and if it's a difference of $20, like who cares? And if you're with close people and shit, like you don't want to be the person that's like, I want to save the $10. Like, you feel me? Like, just pay the shit.
I only spent $10. Why
Yeah,
am I gonna
but-
split
But
the
if there's
whole
a
bill?
exactly, that's what I'm saying. There's
I didn't
different-
order any drinks.
Exactly. But then it's like if you go somewhere and you're not drinking, you feel me? Like let's say you're on your
Yeah.
fish shit too, and all you do is you get like a salad or a bowl or some shit. Your shit was $20. Now these niggas all got 4 shots, 5 shots.
In that case, they shouldn't even expect
That's crazy.
you.
you
They
know,
shouldn't
like
expect you to split
at that
nothing.
point, that's the only point I disagree with it. You feel me?
that's just
Yeah.
crazy.
That's out of control. Now I'll say like if it's let's say it's my cousin's birthday, and I got my brother and my uncle there. Obviously, me, my brother, and my uncle are gonna pay for the meal, right? We'll just split it 3 ways, whatever it is. Like, let's pay for everything. But if it's some people that I'm not like necessarily like we're that close, then like we'll do this. Either some people what they do is one person pays for it and then they all send it to that person if there's somebody who could afford that. But I don't have a problem with like so if my meal is $30, I'll put 60 on there. You feel me?
Mhm.
10, 15,
yeah.
10, 15 extra because I'm not penny pinching. I'm not like, oh, it's $27.99. Hold on. It's $27.99. Here's the
Breaking out
30
the
for the
change.
meal. And here's another, here's another 20, 30. So it's like 15 to 20 to cover the tip
Right.
and 10 extra for my food. Like, I think that's more solid than like, oh, I got to pay for the 3 drinks you got. And you got steak and lobster and I got a little breakfast bowl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so yeah, it does depend.
Depends.
Yeah.
You know, it does depend.
Because I don't gotta be worried about these niggas judging me, but I gotta pay an extra 80 on the food because they got a bunch of shit. Like, bitch,
Right.
like we cool,
What
but
if
I don't
they're
know
women?
you like that.
What if they're women in the group? Do you think all the men should pay?
Depends who the men are that I'm with, and fucking and depends on the women. Like,
What if it's all friends?
they're all friends.
We're all friends. We're just going out.
I think.
Couple women. Couple.
I mean, if they got it like that, and it honestly depends how much the bill is. If their shit is $50 a plate for all 3, 4 of those women, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's 2 of us
my
guys.
God.
We're not gonna cover an extra 200 for you guys. We're friends. Like, I'm not fucking you. I'm not like, what the fuck? Like, I got
So
bills.
that's a factor.
Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, like, people try to say
Well,
it's
obvious-
not. People
I
try to
mean-
say it's not, but the thing is, like, there's no
Pete,
reason why you're gonna get
It's
to.
your opinion.
Yeah, this is on his phone. There's no
I
reason.
gotta handle business.
There's no reason why you gotta like your bank account is going up and mine's going down because I gotta cover you eating. You wanted to come out and shit. Now if I invited you out and said, hey, I want to take you, like, let's go to lunch, then like
I think if you
should pay.
invite-
It's a group thing.
I think
a group thing.
I think if you're working and you got $60K, $100K a month, and you
Pay for your
and
shit.
you pulled up over here in a nice Audi, why the fuck I gotta pay for your shit?
Speaking about somebody got an Audi out there that done
Oh
this
my
shit.
God.
No, I'm just speaking
Right.
because I feel like it's because I'm kind of in the middle. Like, I am willing to pay for a woman's stuff. I think you should at times.
Okay, let's
but
take all
No,
the
but wait,
factors out. Let's
but
just
what?
say,
But
just
what? But
based
like
off of that
dating?
alone.
Yeah, a date.
dating, yeah.
On a date, yeah.
But I don't. But the
No,
way
we're talking about a group thing.
people think it's just in general that I'm supposed to cover her meal because she's a woman. Like, she probably make more money than me. Why the fuck I gotta?
Well,
You feel me? Like-
if you invite them out, you gotta pay.
Yeah, if
So
you
if
invite
I
them out,
invite a guy out, I gotta pay.
you could. But look at. But
You
let's
might stand out.
Yeah,
you might
that
stand
that
out.
shit'll stand out to me. Shit. But if you invite
You
two,
might move up on the.
yeah, for sure. If you invite 2 girls, right, and you 2 of your homegirls, you invite 2 of your homegirls and you say,
They pay
let's
for
go
this
get
shit.
mimosas and food, or
They
let's
pay
go
for this
let's go
shit.
get brunch.
I'm like, they
I gotta pay for this shit.
I'm all
because
getting mad and shit.
you
pay
pay
for
for
your
this
shit, bitch. Like,
I gotta pay for both their meals because I told them, hey, let's go get brunch.
No.
Why? Both of them got better jobs than me. Like, what's going on here? Like,
What if they don't?
what if they do? What if they live with their moms and they don't have a better job than me, but they live with their moms and their bills are $400 a month? So, like, if anything, they're supposed to be my homies. They should look out for me. I don't even want to tell you what my bill's looking like. Them bitches
sure.
is up there. You
For
feel me?
sure.
Right.
So, you feel me? Look out for me. Let me get a little $30 mimosa and shit. Let's get it.
So back to that, if a girl pays, you guys, that's kudos?
For sure. For sure. Yeah, for sure. I fuck with it.
Yeah, I would love for that to be the case. I mean, it's definitely happened, but
Because it rarely is.
yeah.
It rarely is.
But at the same time, like, how's the woman gonna look at you? You know what I'm saying? How would you look at the person
Yeah.
if like he ain't going and grabbing his wallet? What are you thinking? What's in your head at that moment?
I mean, it's I've gone through this, so yeah.
What do you think? But it's
Speak on
different.
it.
No,
Speak
but
on it.
you're thinking about specific
like-
moments when you're soul tied with somebody and shit. We're not talking about like soul tied and you got, because I think that's different. When you're like soul tied with somebody, like
I
you're
mean,
gonna
it
do
gives
anything.
you a bad taste. Like I've had that happen where it's like the beginning, freshly dating, where and the guy expects that.
No, I don't think
Some guys
expect.
really expect. No, they expect you to pay.
No, that's crazy.
Go
That's
Dutch.
wild.
Like,
I wouldn't
what the
expect
hell?
it. But if she always like, if we went out on 7 dates and she didn't at least one time say, "Don't worry, baby, I got it."
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, then it's like, opposed to somebody who on the 3rd and 5th says, "Don't worry, baby, I got it." Like, I know you're trying to fucking start your business and shit. Like, you feel me? Like, that shows you really actually thinking about me too. Like, and I
Yeah.
think that's the problem is like,
I will say though, like for me, it makes me feel like less of a provider.
no,
if
for
I
sure.
don't pay.
It does feel uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie.
But I mean, like you said, if it's like 7th date or like, you know, if you're tied in already and shit, like dating and like committed or whatever, like you can cover the charge.
Yeah,
every
that's a
now
little
and then,
different.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
very different. But
So the beginning stages, if she offers, you're not gonna take it.
I'm gonna be
So
honest
in
with
the
you. If I
first-
had it like that, I probably would cover it all.
I would never take it. Yeah.
I'll just take it all
That's
the time.
true.
But like, if you don't, like, we all live in regular ass lives and we all got bills and shit. Like, you feel me? Like, you could cover it sometimes.
And honestly, I feel like
Yeah.
I'm to the point where like I could have it like that, but like I'm not gonna be able to do these things that we were just talking about that I want to do. You feel me? Like I'm gonna
Right.
have it like that, but just be like spending it like
on that mimosa.
on the mimosas and shit,
Every
you feel
Sunday.
me? And that's the
Well,
thing.
you
So
gotta
it's like,
be like, yeah, you have to.
I ain't gonna lie, it's so hard to be frugal, man. It's like, want to just spend.
as soon as you get it, you just
Yeah.
want to
Get it.
spend it and shit. But first date, first 2 dates, probably first 3 dates for sure. Like, oh yeah, and if she pulls it out, like, don't worry, like, nah, we're not doing that. But then the 4th date, she's like, no, like, let me get it. I'm be like, all right, cool, I like that. You feel me?
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
solid.
I appreciate that for sure.
But I think that we're just how society is and shit. Like, because the man is supposed to be the provider and this and that, like, people are gonna look at a man like that. But I think that if a woman like I said, that's gonna be bonus points for me if she's like understands like, oh, you're trying to get a $1,000 3D printer, like that's an excess like thing that you want. You feel me? Like
that you need.
it's gonna be that you need.
your
That's like
business.
it's like 1,400, and also you want to get this like because everything I purchase or that I want to get right now is not on no bullshit. Like it's not.
Yeah.
It's not
because you just want to buy it.
Yeah,
just
it's not a
It has a
PS5.
purpose.
It has a purpose and shit.
Yeah.
So
It's
it's
intentional.
Like, that's what exactly. So that's what
Right.
I'm thinking. So it's like to have a woman that thinks that is thinking like that for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I would push it further and
I
be
don't
like,
know.
we don't even have to go out.
exactly.
Let's
That's how I
let's do.
feel too.
I actually like that.
I-
Let me
I'll
ask you.
I like going go to the grocery store, get some groceries,
That's
come
how I
home,
like
it.
cook it up together.
Oh, okay,
Like
you
That's
guys
what I
definitely
I love
related.
that stuff.
I'm gonna cook at the crib type
Definitely
nigga.
related.
I'm gonna cook at the crib
and
type
it's not
nigga.
even just. It's not even about saving money.
No, it's just a
really-
vibe.
It's the vibe. Yeah, it's just that
It's a vibe,
quality
too.
time. It's fun.
So there was a few weeks ago, there was the list that came out that this is all bad places to go on the first date. On that list, a picnic was on that list. Do you think that's a bad
Really?
first date? If a guy
First
says, you know
date.
what,
Pulls
First
you up to the
date?
view
like
with
hey,
the
look,
blanket,
Yep, look, I made this shit at the
a
crib.
charcuterie board.
How is that on the list?
What do you mean?
I'm mad at that.
Is
It's
that
the
bad?
worst date.
Is it?
It's
That's what we're asking
no.
you. That's good.
I'm
That's a
saying
good
that should
first
not be
date.
on the. That
A
should be
good
like
first
at the
date.
top of the
No,
list.
all of the
first
lists,
dates.
all of the lists were bad. All of the things on the list were.
Yeah, terrible.
They had Cheesecake Factory, and
All
you didn't
types
see
of
the
shit.
list.
No.
Red
Oh,
Lobster.
They had a bunch of. It was pretty much everything was bad.
Everything. The movies. I could see the movies being a bad first date.
I think first date. I would say something where you can actually get talk.
Yeah.
So I would agree. Like a movie is
good place. But I think
first date, unless it's like part of the day.
yeah, like we've
already
done
been
other
out.
things. Yeah.
Talking and then
No,
we go
like-
watch.
Like I think that I've never ever even thought about approaching a woman on a picnic date because I
It's
just
a little blurry, but
automatically
you can see
think
it.
because I just automatically think that would be shot down.
No, she's gonna think you're broke.
Exactly.
Most of the time.
exactly.
Why?
Most of the time.
And I think
Probably
that's the
the
most
women you date too.
and I think that's the most intimate date
that
to me,
plays a
bro.
role.
Like that's like the most like you can learn a lot about a person
Yeah.
in that short period
But
of time.
also depends how you play it. Because if you pull up in the cargo van and you like, come on, and then you pull up with a little dirty Virgin Mary blanket and you whip that
What
bitch
the
out.
fuck?
You whip that bitch
I mean,
out.
presentation got to be on point.
Yeah, the presentation was
They got to look like
Of course.
they got to look like better than the baby boy
but
picnic.
yeah,
you know what
exactly. If you come out with like the Virgin Mary candle and the Virgin Mary blanket, and you got like some pozole or some shit, and like
Some of these
a
are
butter?
valid.
in like a butter
All
container.
right, what's valid? What's valid? Come on.
Let's see.
What'd you say
We'll
was
start
valid?
from the top. Your house. That's not a good first date.
That's the best.
Shut up.
No, but what about like dinner
It
and
could be
wine?
the-
Yeah,
What about
dinner,
dinner and wine?
Like
with some
whip you up a
music?
steak and asparagus.
Yeah, with the
With little Luther Vandross in the background.
feel me?
I guess
feel
it
me?
depends
Sade
on
in
your
the background,
intention.
like
Well, that's fire.
The vibe and your intention, I guess, plays a role
Put a
in
little
that.
time on that steak. Little
But
thyme.
a lot of
you got
people.
fucking sweetest taboo playing in the background.
with a little bit of mashed potatoes. With
Family
a little bit
functions.
That's terrible. I think that's most.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Yeah.
You just had a guilty
That is a
conscience.
no.
You don't want to do that.
I think
Yeah,
that's a
don't do
bad.
that.
I think okay. So I think it's kind of double. It could be a great date, a great first date, or a terrible one.
Yeah, don't do that.
Because, like, who's gonna expose you more than your fucking family? You
Right.
feel me? Like, they're gonna give you the true colors essentially. Like compared to you, you're probably like have a filter on you. The family, some family don't give a fuck.
Right.
They're gonna pull that card right out.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Remember that
think
time
it's-
you shit yourself, like shit like that. Like
No, for
you
sure.
feel me? They're gonna bring out the embarrassing.
I think it's
moments.
more about the perception that it makes, though, that like for the family, like, and it's different from men to women too. Like, if
Yeah.
a guy keeps bringing a girl, it's just like, oh, he brought another one of his little girls and shit. But if
Yeah.
a girl keeps bringing
Right.
different guys, they're like, damn, this little girl fast. You feel me?
For
Like,
sure.
you feel me? She's
So it
got
depends on
different
family too. Like if your family's just
Yeah.
fucking conservative or
Mhm.
like nah.
things. Because also like, because they're how they're gonna
And
take
how
it.
you value it.
Yeah,
Because some
exactly.
people are like, you're not going to.
No,
Like,
and I think it's good to wait. I don't think first day you should bring them because also it's the perception to the family. Like every family, like I said, is gonna take it different. But it's like most people. We had this conversation. If you go to a family's like a female's like family event, they all think you're the boyfriend. now.
Boyfriend. For
You're the
sure.
boy. There's no. If I don't
You're
give
the
a fuck.
boyfriend
Oh,
for
this
sure.
is your friend.
You're speeding up the whole.
Yeah, now they're
way,
basically
kinda
like
jumping into
already
it.
setting that, which can be a problem if then
Because
it
that
doesn't
goes
work
back
out.
to the values. Like, you don't normally bring somebody family
Exactly.
or your mom
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever your parents.
Yeah, it depends. There's a lot of like a lot of variables for sure.
No, for sure.
Like it depends on how the family is, how you are morally. Like,
Right.
is it such a big deal if they meet your mother?
But I
you
think
know?
generally you should wait.
Mhm.
Yeah. What about the third date, fourth date?
It shouldn't be a date. It should be a hey,
This is my girl.
meet my family.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be a date. It could be a friend. You invite your friend over, like genuinely your friend.
Friend. Yeah.
Like, no, this is seriously my friend, but still you're gonna have to deal with people being like, no, that's your girlfriend.
That's your girl.
But
Yeah.
somebody who's genuinely your friend, or hey, meet the family type shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I agree with that. What else we got on the menu?
What else do we got on the menu? Shit, my phone.
I think one of the biggest things that tripped me out this week was the Diddy allegations.
Oh, get into that.
He was basically there was a complaint versus him.
Lawsuit.
A lawsuit, yeah, from Cassie, and
30 million.
well, that's what trips me out about it. The fact that it just got swept under the rug. Because if you read some of the stuff in there, bro, it's not shit that you just sweep under the rug, and that just shows you the amount of power.
Within 1 day, it got closed.
That nigga runs New
That's
York,
insane.
bro.
Within 1 day, she filed it, and within the next day, they said they were willing to do it out of court.
Vacuumably.
So this is the thing, though, too. Like,
And that-
go ahead.
I was gonna add to that because it also had like a stipulation saying, "Oh, this does not mean that I'm agreeing with any of the accusations. Like, doesn't mean I'm at fault, but we are
Yeah, that's kind
suit,
of
like closing the suit out."
which to me just doesn't make sense. Like as a legal system, like the fact that money could just
Right.
fucking sweep it under the rug. These are serious allegations. They're not
That's
just
some
like
That's the problem. Money.
it's not just like, oh, he didn't let me eat what I wanted to eat or dress how I wanted to dress. No, there's talk of him like raping her. There's talk of him abusing her, leaving her like physically,
Like
you know,
stomping her, kneeing her,
stomping her, kneeing her.
giving her drugs,
drugging
making
her
her
out.
have sex with sex workers.
Yes, bro. Like,
All this type of stuff in this, and then for it to close the next day.
it has like a trigger warning before you even start reading the shit. It's like sexual content and trigger warning.
But when it
basically.
comes to money, the money he didn't pay a judge or he paid her. So she was willing to drop the shit
but that's also
for
too,
a
like,
certain
I'm like,
price.
but I'm like, okay, so like
Really?
her stance, like, it's like, was it now kind of questionable, right? It kind of is questionable because it's like, was it because of the money or is it because you want to go against?
She have her own money.
I know
She has some.
She does,
But it could be a little bit of both. Like the whole point of the money is to fucking get your just due in some kind of form or fashion. The only way they
Then
can
that's
give it
not
back.
even enough.
30
Does
million?
he make way more? How much is he worth?
Billion.
And
He's a
that's all she
billionaire.
got.
Well, I mean, it's not in comparison.
Like-
Well, no,
I
they
just
didn't say
think
how much
if
she
it-
got. They didn't say how much she got. She filed a lawsuit for 30 million, so she might have got
Oh.
less.
but what I'm saying is that like okay, so as far like there's to me there's just like different things about this. You got the legal aspect of it. These were serious allegations. They were like they were not fucking to. I don't think they were to be overlooked. Let's just say,
For
right?
sure.
Right.
So then you got that aspect, and then you have her be willing to like basically take back that lawsuit for a monetary value.
But that lawsuit was for monetary value in the end. That's all it was for. It wasn't for him to go to jail.
Oh, it wasn't legal. It wasn't
No, it wasn't
like
legal.
criminal.
It was just for the money.
She's suing. It's like
okay. It wasn't
But
criminal.
but what,
She's-
It wasn't criminal.
But what she said, the whole point of it was she didn't want to hold this stuff out. She wanted her justice and also to speak, like they always say, to speak for the women who have been through
right.
the same thing. Which,
But I feel like it's kind of
That's
tainted.
bad. Yeah.
that
definitely
in a way that does
tainted.
get tainted. But at the same time, she did speak.
She spoke, but it's like you now you
To
just like
what? Yeah.
exactly at what cost?
So I'm
You
thinking they must have probably. I'm thinking in this case they might have gave her more money, and this might have been a rare case because usually they give you less money. They said, "Why are we gonna go to court for fucking 3 years? Blah blah blah. You're gonna spend this much money when we could just give you 20 million right now and let's just call it a day." But I feel like this might be a situation for them to close it so fast for this nigga to be like, you know what? I'll just give you 40. Just drop this shit right now, like,
Yeah.
because it's only gonna get worse.
Well, because his name, I feel like his name is ringing a lot with the whole Tupac thing, and then like now this, and then you look at, I mean, of course, the R. Kelly shit that happened, like he's like, we need to get rid of this shit now.
I mean, no, you look
It's
at
like, fuck,
you look at the Jonathan Majors shit that happened.
What he had abuse, right? Like a
Like
domestic
abuse, and it ended up not true, and it fucked up his
Oh,
own.
did
I'm not
it?
saying what Diddy said is not true, but I'm just saying that's how it can taint your shit, no matter what.
If the woman's lying, okay,
Right.
but I
No, I'm not saying she's lying. I'm not saying she's lying. I'm just saying how it can taint you no matter what. So that's why he wants to nip it in
Your
the bud as soon as
image,
possible.
right?
Because Jonathan Majors, it was proven that she was acting and pretending.
Mm.
There was actual audio that came out of her saying like, I should get an award for how much, like how good I am and shit.
Mm.
And so he was supposed to be the next bad guy for all the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
He was supposed to
he was
be
stacked up.
He was supposed
They
to
dropped
be
him, though?
Yeah. Well, no, they didn't drop him. So he was basically supposed to be the Thanos of the next Marvel, like 5 to 10 movies.
Yeah, he had his.
It was an end like crazy. He just blew up off of being Creed 3.
Yeah.
So he went on Creed 3 and then did one movie for Marvel, and then they chose him to be the fucking
Yeah, he was like
future
the
bad
face
guy.
of Marvel.
And they stayed with
Yeah.
him. They didn't drop him, but they said that they were gonna stick with him until the case was figured out. It turned out it was a lie. They still didn't drop him. But just like this last month, they came out saying basically there's a whole nother character that is actually gonna be the bad guy of Marvel now.
Oh, not him.
Not him.
Just
They
because the
didn't-
reputation.
They
got
didn't
tainted.
specifically say because of
Damn.
this. They didn't say because of that. They just said this is the next guy. When for the last year, 2 years, they've been saying he is.
Yeah. I just
Yeah.
think like I personally think that like with as much power as Diddy has, like when I read that stuff, like I kind of do feel that like that's his character. Bro.
Let's not forget that they said that he fucking blew up Kid Cudi's car. We left that part out.
That was crazy.
And
I
Kid
didn't
Cudi
know
said it
I
was
didn't
true.
know- I didn't know if it was Kid Cudi. It was Kid
And
Cudi.
Kid Cudi said it was
Yeah.
true.
Oh shit.
So
That's what I'm saying. Like
You know-
like what he's willing to do. Even with the allegations of Tupac, him like getting him killed or whatever. Like I don't know if that's true, but
yeah.
But like the allegations, like I feel like people with so much power, like they're quick to abuse that power, bro. Like
Right.
think about it.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna tell them nothing.
Well, yeah, you get used to like your
Mhm.
life is like that, where it's like everybody just tells you yes.
Yes, yeah.
And
yeah.
you could you get out of a court and shit. So like, what's gonna make you think you can't do it next time?
What is your take on this whole thing? No.
I don't think Cassie would lie, personally. But I
I don't
guess
think
I
it's
don't
a
know her.
lie. She's done.
Me either. I don't think she's lying.
Dude, I've never seen no smut on her name before being like any type of liar or floozy.
And she was young, bro. She was like 19 years old
19, he
when
was
she
like
met.
28 or 30.
He was 37 or
Oh,
something like
37.
that. And then like he's forced himself upon her, like kissed her at a party or something like that when she was like 21. And like I me personally, like, and like we seen fucking Diddy the way he was on Making the Band and shit. Like and we hear all the stories. Like a lot of industry people talk about Diddy, but they like indirectly talk about
Cryptic.
Diddy, bro. They cryptically talk about Diddy and like all his like allegations of him being on, you know, ash jockey and all that shit. Like they talk about this guy a lot and shit. So I could see it being his character. Like I don't know. I believe it, bro. 100.
Of all the stories and shit. for
That's what I'm
sure.
saying. I believe it 100. So that was pretty crazy news. And for him to be able to sweep it under the rug, now it makes me look at her and be like, were you standing up for yourself or you were just trying to get money? Like, and like women that really went through that shit, like how do they feel about that shit too? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel like if I was in her
Yeah.
position though, like, yeah, I'd want to stand up, but like the main thing is I just want my at least you need to get
Justice?
something out of this. Like I need to at least like if I had to go through all that shit, like it's in the past now. It's 10 years ago. You feel me? Like 15, 20 years ago. Like I can't get nothing back. Like I can't get that back. what
but
he
I
took
also
from me.
feel like it just lets him continue to have that behavior.
That's what I was gonna say. Like all these, it's not just him though. It's so many.
So
that
many
it's
of them,
like,
bro. Like,
But he still could
they
have
do
that
whatever they
behavior.
want.
Had they stopped, he would have just got more fucked over and he probably would have lost a lot of his business partners.
exactly,
Shit like that.
exactly. Like something like that for somebody that's doing shit like that needs to happen.
No, that's true. Should have ruined this shit.
Ruin his shit, bro. Smut his shit through the mud. Throw it in
Mhm.
fucking in the worst of the worst. Put him in the barrel with R.
Hey,
Kelly.
but would you do that if you were in her position?
Would I what?
Go against a billionaire?
Yes. Yeah.
Crazy. I don't know. I'd have to think about it in the situation.
Maybe her hands are tied.
I mean,
Well,
it
that's the
could
thing
be.
though.
He's
Like,
a billionaire.
he's,
like,
but he's
goddamn.
so tight. Like, that's the thing. He's so tied in. Like, she has no career. With like Diddy could shut her shit down. You feel me? Like, all the big executives don't want to fuck with her. All
People
the big
might just shut her
A&Rs,
down too.
people, you know. But like,
Then go buy her
it's about
fucking.
standing on your
It's
shit though,
crazy.
bro.
That nigga-
Like, what's that saying go? Like, fucking
Stand on it.
not stand on it,
stand
but
on
like,
business.
like I'd rather die on my feet than on my knees type shit. You feel
For
me?
sure.
Like,
But she ain't on her knees. She walking away with 30 million.
It's if you
plus.
don't stand for something, you fall for anything.
That type of shit. Yeah, like
Yeah.
that. I don't know the saying how it goes and shit, but some shit like that. You feel me? Like
Mhm.
it's like about like I feel like we're just in a very crazy age where people like are willing to short themselves or like
Right.
or like not be true to themselves and be true to their shit, like whatever they're saying essentially, right? Like
Mhm.
we all people saying a bunch of shit but then doing another thing, you feel me? And I think this
Right.
is for her to be on that platform, like the platform that she's at, and not saying that she was like trying to be the forefront of any type of movement or nothing like that,
Mhm.
but it's just like it's such a like a sensitive topic that you don't play around with it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like I
Like
feel
if
like
you're gonna do it
do
all the
it.
way through. Like
Do
don't
it.
back down for some
For
30
30 million.
mil or
Fuck it,
whatever amount.
Yeah, whatever amount. Just go through the motion, basically. Like, let this nigga go through the court system and let it all play out. That's the way I see it.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
you could say that, but also, I guess there's so many different ways to think about it. Like, for her, too, she might not want to go through 5 years of court and drag all this shit out and have to relive it and say it again and fucking, you know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Like, go to all these fucking meetings and judgments and do all this shit. She's just like, shit,
mean-
like, I could just take the money, like, the same shit I'm going to get
He's
then.
gonna still hear it.
She's gonna, but she doesn't have to wake up and get dressed and go talk about it, like, in depth in front of a bunch of people for 3 years straight.
I mean, I get it. Like, it's like there's probably many variables, but like I feel like
Yeah.
through the whole thing, there's a lot of variables. But I just think we're just in this crazy age where people like are willing to just like shorten themselves,
No,
essentially.
I agree with that though. That like, I mean, looking from the outside, I could say I would want her to stand on business. You feel me? Like that would have been something to see. You feel me? Because if somebody is like
Using their power like that, they
like,
need to
yeah,
be shut
exactly.
down, bro.
Like,
They're gonna do it to more and more people.
like Diddy is
Mhm.
one of my, I don't know if I can use the word idols, but just like one of my inspirations, somebody I watched since I was young, shit like that. You know what I mean? So
I don't know. His character to me is just too much of
yeah,
a
he's
shit.
never been one of my idols, but
Shit.
like I said, it's just another young nigga that made it.
If that nigga,
Yeah.
if that nigga wanted to sign you for a deal, you would sign with that nigga? Hell no. I would
Mm-hmm.
never sign with Diddy. I don't give a fuck.
I'll sign with Diddy.
No, fuck no.
Shit, why not?
Hell
I'll
no,
sign
bro.
with Diddy.
Bro, these niggas aren't just saying things just to say it, bro. You gotta listen, fool.
So it don't mean he gonna do that shit to me, nigga.
He gonna make you walk
Mm.
10, 20, 30 miles for that cheesecake.
Nigga ain't make me walk nowhere,
Yes,
nigga.
he is.
No, well, that
Yes,
shit,
he is.
that shit
Or he
better
might
be in
make
the-
you. He might make you go to that room.
Shit, yeah, right, nigga. Shit. Only one of us gonna come out that room, nigga. The fuck?
You see, I'm telling you, there's a lot of things about Diddy that
No,
people
I
be
hear
saying
it, and I don't
shit.
know how
Yeah.
people fall into that because I don't give a fuck, and I'm not taking no pills from no niggas' hands, which they said that Cassie was doing and other people have done with
Yeah.
him. I'm not taking no pills from the
No.
niggas' hands. I don't even take pills. I'm just gonna smoke a little weed and smoke the bottle I brought, nigga, and we gonna chill with all these hoes in the pool. Like
Yeah.
that's it. Like you tell me to go in the back room, I'm not doing it.
Mm-hmm. And then you're
Like,
not signed.
Not doing.
I'm not signed. I'm out of here, nigga. If that's the stipulation, I'm not signed. Nigga, and I need to check my contract through. If I go to the bottom and in small print it says must come to back room at every party. No,
At every
nigga.
party.
Rewrite
Not
this
just
shit.
one party.
Every party
party.
must come to back room on demand. Like
Every
no, bitch.
session.
Every session.
Like
get the fuck
I seen
outta
the
here.
clip where 50 was saying that Diddy like told him that he wanted to take him shopping or some shit.
That nigga said fuck no.
He's like, what the fuck? Hell
What
no, he ain't taking me shopping. Nigga.
What about
Like,
when Kevin Hart fucking interviewed him and Usher, and he was talking about how Usher used to come to his house when he was 10 for like 2 weeks at a time,
yeah,
and these niggas were
What?
wrestling in the morning for Frosted Flakes.
yeah. It's
But-
a little weird.
A little weird, but I mean, don't you wrestle with your nephews? Kind of like you throw them around type shit, but you would never consider. I don't. Would you consider wrestling?
Kind of weird.
It just sounds crazy, but it's not your nephew.
If it happens, I mean, that's just being playful with, you know.
Like on some push them
but
to
if
the
it's
ground.
like something that's happening every day, what
Yeah,
the
but
hell?
if it's like a consistent
like every
thing,
morning,
I think-
we're
I
going to
think-
wrestle right now.
I think
before we eat.
any older person hanging out with like younger people, like especially if they're not family. and
Yeah,
shit,
that's
Oh,
weird.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
weird, bro.
You
That
bringing a
off
little
top-
nigga to my
off
house
top.
for 2 weeks is crazy. Then I don't know.
Yeah.
You feel me? But like, let's say you had a kid, and you want me to watch for 2 weeks because you be on vacation. Fuck it, the nigga's 9, 10 years old. I might
body
toss that
slam
nigga to
that
the
nigga.
floor. Yeah, like we running for the Frosted Flake. There's only one bowl left. Bow, nigga. You feel me? Like,
And
then
if
I
you knew him already, obviously you
Yeah,
would
but
have
then I
some
know
type of
him.
relation.
But
It's just,
But
it's
if
just
it's
go. I
somebody
guess,
you
I
don't
guess it's
know,
just
no.
like
that's
But
there's
there's
so
no
much.
way
that's
somebody would be in my
another
house for 2 weeks that I don't know their kids at my house. But even if it's like somebody I know but I don't know their kid, and then they come for like a couple hours and shit,
Yeah.
I might push that nigga and quote unquote wrestle him.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But it sounds crazy. And they said the same
it
thing
does
with
sound
Justin
crazy.
Bieber. That Justin Bieber came to his house for like 2 weeks or some shit. That's crazy.
What about the Michael Jackson thing? I mean, like
That's on some Michael Jackson shit.
Michael Jackson having kids over his crib and shit. What do you think about that?
That's
I mean,
strange.
It's
Yeah.
different. It's
They're
weird.
sleeping. It's this strange, and
weird.
people don't admit it because they love Mike so much, and I love Mike too. But I can't
No,
say
I
anything
think people
happened for
still
fact,
admit-
huh?
People do think of that.
For sure. But what do you think? Did he do it or did he not do it?
I feel like he said, didn't he say something?
No,
No.
no. Mike always just said I would never hurt a child. Like he just
Never hurt them, but
Love them.
they were there. Yeah, like the whole scenario.
I'll tell you right now,
happened,
the
whole
parents that were
story is real,
doing that
right?
shit, letting their kids do that shit is crazy.
I ain't never dropping my kid off at Mike's house for a week. What the fuck?
No.
This ain't no camp, nigga.
Crazy.
Summer camp. There ain't no staff.
They're
there
still
ain't
going
no,
for Mike after
There's
he's
no
dead
staff.
though. Like after like that. Remember we were talking about it.
There's staff.
That choreographer, Wade Robson.
Oh, yeah.
was in court. I don't know what happened with that, but
And that's why you get confused because then people just start coming out the woodworks.
Mhm.
But I will say, like, on the inconsistent shit, the nigga was, for a fact, and it said himself, sleeping in the bed with these kids that he never,
Yeah, so I'm saying he like admitted to doing
Yeah, but
certain
he had a
things.
huge, but then their argument was, he had a huge bed. I don't give a fuck how big my bed
No.
is. Little nigga, go on the couch. Or you get the bed, I'm gonna sleep on the couch.
Well, have
You're
your
not-
own room. Shoot,
Yeah, I
that
know. And he
big ass
has,
mansion.
yeah, nah, and then on top of that,
I mean, for
nigga,
sure, if it was Michael Jefferson, that shit's not happening. You know what I mean? Like people automatically gonna think something's going on. But being Michael Jackson, they're like, oh, it's Michael Jackson.
Bro,
It's
they
like,
try to
nah,
like. I
bro.
know so many people who just try to like. They can't see it at all.
No.
Like I want to think that he didn't do it, but it's not how I can't not
Mm.
see it.
yeah.
I seen a
Right.
60
There's
minutes.
just too many Hollywood weird shit. You know
I
what
seen
mean?
a 60
Hollywood.
minutes of
True.
The Maid, and she was saying some descriptive shit. And so I've heard people say, "Oh, she's just trying to get money and she's trying to get a book and this and that."
Yeah.
But the shit she was saying, crazy.
Yeah, I never seen it.
I don't even want to talk
Yeah, you
about. I
can't
don't
talk
want to
about
say
it.
it, but it's
Yeah.
like messy shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like she said she found.
Yeah.
Like you know,
Mm.
that's crazy.
I think.
He
I
probably
think it
deserves a book.
She probably does. She probably telling the
Sure,
truth. But
sure.
people, like I
Probably
said, people
true.
just try to like
They
twist
just
that
talk.
shit.
Yeah, they just want to like downplay.
He would
him.
never do that. Like nigga, anybody. Okay, then
You
tell me
can't
right now.
speak
Would
for
you let?
nobody else.
Tell me right now. Would you let Usher Raymond share a bed with your kid for a week? Those niggas that think that same shit.
Nope.
Would you let Usher stay in your bed for a week with their kid?
Nope.
No.
I was gonna say, what do you think about? Okay, so like with R. Kelly, like, can you listen to his music out? Like, is it?
I'm
No.
one of those people that don't want
Don't want to?
I would like turn that off.
Yeah, but it's fun.
Because
I'm
I
being honest,
just
it's
feel
so
like
hard. I mean, I don't
it
listen
is
to it,
hard
but it's
because
hard.
it's like people are very talented. I was gonna bring that up too. It's like people overlook a lot of stuff. If you're a talented person,
Yeah,
like,
For sure.
yeah.
you know, or if you, yeah, I guess it goes
Some
through
type of
everything.
if you have status or
Some type of status,
reputation.
yeah. And I don't think that's right.
Yeah,
Because the status of like trumps the
Mhm.
it's
what you did.
yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Because it's hard, bro. Like remix to Ignition.
Well,
Already
That's a
playing in my
banger.
head right now.
That's
Yeah,
one of the, that's
for
one
sure,
of the
me too.
ones.
Like,
bounce, bounce. It's just one of those ones. You feel me?
it's
No, for sure.
hard.
Where you're like, damn, I can't listen to that no more.
So I won't
Damn.
download it. I won't play it. But if it played,
You definitely singing
I'll
let-
along.
let
let
it rock it to it.
bounce, and then I'll
No, I
remember
feel-
midway and be like,
No.
that was R. Kelly. But if
Yeah.
I feel like no, when the fuck's the last time you heard "I Believe I Can Fly"? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm.
ain't nobody playing that shit,
Nobody
nigga.
playing that shit. It was like for like a woman when a woman's fed up.
Can you separate?
That's just fire.
Can you
know?
separate the art from the artist?
It
'Cause
depends. On
Look,
what the
look at all
allegations
these.
are.
I
This,
can't.
look at all this music niggas listen to.
Because I feel like
It's a
just
murder.
just
Like if,
lets
if
that
a nigga
to
gets caught for
continue.
murder, I can still
Like,
listen to their shit.
That's what I'm saying. You can listen to a nigga who's a
Murder?
murderer,
Yeah.
but you can't listen to a nigga who robbed the old lady. You feel me? Like,
Yeah, no, it depends on what they're accused of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, well, it's the same thing. Like when you get locked up for like rape or something, basically that you automatically are,
X'd out.
mm-hmm,
No, for sure.
like you have a hit on you. They're gonna come after you. You're dead, basically.
Yeah, I heard there's a lot of
So
things
it's the
about
same
Trey
as
songs
like
too.
it's the same with the music. Why are you gonna keep listening?
Well, I mean, I hear like as of right now, I hear a lot about Trey songs, and I don't really like actively listen to Trey songs anymore. But I hear a lot of things about Trey songs from Keke Palmer, multiple different women.
Selena Powell.
Selena, yeah, multiple,
Selena Powell said she was locked in the bathroom and this nigga was banging on the door, like trying to get in there.
Yeah.
After already having sex with a bunch of women and shit. And he was trying to bang in there on her, like, to where she had to, like, lock the door because she was tired. He was like,
Damn.
nigga, like, what the fuck? Type shit.
I hear we're gonna be getting a lot of those documentaries, surviving Trey songs, surviving
I
P.
don't even
Diddy.
know how is he still here?
For sure.
Years of allegations.
His always quiets down. I feel like his never lasts.
But I was gonna say, I think
So
there's been a lot of
weird.
payouts throughout the years.
His never lasts. But why him and not everybody else? Like,
Weird.
how does his just keep just disappearing every time?
Mm.
Or people say the shit like Selena Powell on a fucking live podcast that a million people seen and it's like, shit goes nowhere though. Like nobody heard it.
Crazy. I don't know.
For real. Well, he owes.
He owes you some money too?
Wait, what? Please do tell.
So
You had an interaction with Trey?
It was years. I ended up going to the house. We ran into him. I was with a friend. We ran into him at a hookah place, and he called us over to have shots with him. And the next thing you know, he's inviting us to, like, after party. Had to put away everything. But I'm gonna be honest, I was like drunk already at that time, so I kind of like passed out. I was throwing up stuff, so I didn't know like everything that happened. But I just remember when I woke up, there was um, it was a bunch of girls. Apparently, he had some girl he flew out there, like he was with, and she was upset. My friend was like becoming friends with her, like talking to her. She's a very friendly person. She got all like the info, whatever. But apparently he was sleeping. He messed with some other girls. Like he was sleeping with downstairs, and she was telling my friend like, "Oh, let's go, knock on the door, like do something." Or it was something like that where they went down there and they knocked, and he got pissed. Like, and next thing I know, like we're getting thrown out.
Oh, really?
He threw my friend's bag out the door.
Damn.
And she's one of those people that very like loud, like he was cussing him out, like he was pissed too, like it was just a back and forth thing, and all this stuff started coming out, and he was the poor girl too, like you can tell like she's been through some stuff because she was just quiet. She was one of those like
She already seen this shit.
traumatized.
She's like, I ain't
Yeah,
getting in the middle
she's
of
already
this.
like
They gonna throw me out too.
Shit, yeah.
And I remember the way he was talking to her too was just like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Like he was just going off on her.
Yeah.
And my friend basically like defending her. But
so he was going off on the girl that your friend was befriending.
Because he knew her. So he's like,
he
why you
flew
coming?
her out. Like she was supposed to be, I think she was dating him at the time. Probably could look through his stuff and see. Because I remember the next day I was looking at her stuff and his stuff. Yeah, they were like dating. She was this blonde. Like she was really.
So you wound up getting
curly,
drunk, waking up to get thrown out.
Exactly. I was just like, what's going on? I was like thanking them. I was like, oh yeah, thanks for having us, whatever. And she's like, don't thank them. They're throwing us out. He just threw my fucking bag out. And I was like, wait, what? And
Thanks, guy.
You're a nice guy we talking about.
Yeah.
Was he yelling at you too or no?
No, not really. It wasn't against me because
you didn't go down there. He's just
he knew I wasn't down there because when I woke up the
go
first
down
time,
where this nigga was like in a sex dungeon or what? Like
his house is really. It was like it was a mansion. Like he had a whole downstairs. He had a studio down there.
50 Shades of Grey studio down there and shit. Like
So I didn't see what room it was though, but I just
these rooms, man, in Hollywood, they be
For sure.
active.
For sure. I mean, who knows what kind of room? It might have just been a regular
I
fucking
know,
room
I
down
know.
there. He's
No, I was a sex dungeon.
He's
Right,
just
Trey?
trying to close
Could've
a bedroom and shit. That's crazy.
It just has a bunch of boxes. Nigga just moved in.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But I seen a different side of him.
Yeah, for sure.
Yo,
from
when
what
you
you
have
see.
like an idea of somebody, obviously I don't know him, but like you don't expect
Yeah.
them
For
to
sure.
be
You
like
just see-
straight assholes.
You just see nice lover boy shit. Like, if you were to
Yeah.
just see his image, you're just like, oh, this guy's a nice lover boy.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Good guy, humble guy.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, they always talk about like not meeting your heroes and shit, right?
Oh, yeah,
Like,
for sure. Because you're
they
going to be
ended up
disappointed.
being, they end
Yeah.
up being straight assholes and shit. I can see it being
That's
the
very
case.
true.
Though. In other news, speaking of like craziness and just wild shit, like, did you see Cameron getting fucking massaged?
By Joe Smith's wife? Is she a masseuse or
No.
what? What the fuck?
No, I don't
How
think
did that
I don't
happen?
think-
Why was she willing to do that?
I just think she's probably just like capitalizing on, some of the clout over the past few weeks and shit.
Wait, what? Oh, that's the nigga that she was saying she had an OnlyFans and shit?
Yeah.
Oh.
He just found out, you know what I mean? So now she's like, okay, let me promote this shit.
Yeah, she finna go crazy.
So now she's on a podcast. This nigga on a podcast.
That nigga said it is what it is. Fucking
What?
asshole.
You know what we're talking about?
Nah.
So I don't even know who is it? Joe
Joe
said
Smith.
he
He's
was
an
like
ex-NFL or ex-NBA?
NBA,
So
ex NBA player, and he found out that his wife, and I mean they're like up of age, they're like in their 40s, almost 50s. He found out that she has an OnlyFans, so it was a big thing where like she's recording this dude.
Or he was recording, no? No, he was recording.
I thought she was recording. Kind
Oh,
showing,
no,
like,
yeah, no. She was recording.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
recording,
Mhm.
like, kind of trying to expose, like, oh, look at how he's acting about finding out about this
And
shit.
he's telling the hotel concierge and shit, like, can you believe this shit? That's what almost made me think that it was like promotion type shit. Because he's over there telling the, why are you gonna
Staged.
tell the concierge? Like, I don't think they were in on it, but like, why would you be telling the concierge and she's recording and this nigga's like, can you believe this after all this time?
Bro, we live in an age where we don't know,
Yeah.
right? Because I never thought about I didn't look it from that.
Why would he
angle.
be telling the concierge?
Mm.
Like, who the fuck tells the person? I mean, I get an older man might actually. I've seen older niggas like they find something out and they're over here telling the
Quick.
mailman and shit.
Yeah.
Can you believe that this is it? You feel me?
Telling the mailman.
You feel me?
The
Like,
milkman just came to
God.
drop off some shit.
they're at the food for less talking to the cashier for like 10 minutes. Like, nigga, I'm trying to buy some shit.
Those people.
You feel me?
No,
Right.
but like to further that shit, she ends up popping out on, I think it's Cameron and Mace. They have a podcast, and this nigga's literally like just chilling, getting a back massage. She's over here, bro. What would you do if you seen your girl doing?
That ain't my girl.
Yeah.
Yo, while I'm doing that shit, I'm like, all right, I'm taking that shit straight to the judge. I need a divorce, and she ain't getting half a
So,
shit.
actually, let's say this. So, if it's my girl, we ain't doing that. But in the case that, again, we're promoting your shit, do it. At this point, I don't give a fuck.
That might be that. I think you're right though.
Point,
I think you're right, bro.
At that point, you're like, oh, I'm just gonna give him a massage, like a lazy massage. That's it.
Mm.
It's like, well, fuck it, bro. Like, I know you're not fucking him at like right there. So it's like, what is giving him a massage like a masseuse? You feel me? And it's gonna promote your shit, and you're gonna make another 500,000.
Yeah. I think you might be right. I didn't look at it from that angle. I thought it was just being disrespectful.
You can get another 100,000 off that right there.
No, for sure. I thought she was just being disrespectful, like furthering more, like.
But if you, if you do more than this, if you're doing that, and I really was unhappy, and you decide to do that behind my back after, like, all right, like that's too much.
What's gonna stop?
Huh? Well, that's
Next
why
thing you know,
she does
she's on
it.
tour, give me a massage.
Jeez.
She might be on tour making that
Hey,
money.
I'm gonna wait till she starts making
that's
more
the
money
thing
so I
with
can get
money.
half. Do that.
They
That's
go to
the
the
thing,
judge.
money
Look,
runs people.
look, I need
Look,
half.
She's fucking Cameron. You feel me? This shit crazy.
Do you think that? What's your thoughts on that though? Like half. You know, being in a marriage and then like most of the time it's women, right? Taking half.
Oh, and you get.
Yeah.
Yeah,
do
most
you
of the time
think?
it is women. But it's supposed to be, depends who makes more and who's the provider.
So
Like,
because
do you
I've
believe
heard
in
of men
prenups and shit?
getting,
Like,
I've heard.
Yeah. If the woman makes more and it's whoever's living the lifestyle based
supporting
on
the lifestyle,
yeah.
basically.
Because like if your wife makes $1 million and you make 75,000, you're used to living $1 million life, so she then has to.
Do you think a prenup will
Mm,
like if you're gonna like get married with somebody and the man comes and says, "Hey, I need you to sign a prenup," like, how would that make you feel?
bad. I would,
Short answer, bad.
right. I would feel like, so you're already, the thing with prenup, like you're already preparing for the end.
That's what people say.
It's
That's
true.
no, you're not. It's just
I think that's the go-to,
I
right?
feel
Like,
yeah.
like,
But
I
if it was
guess,
already in the contract, you wouldn't say that. Matter if it's a contract.
well, I think that
well,
prenups
you
is like people think that prenups are like it's like a contract, like there's stipulations in there and shit. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
not like
they're
exactly.
treating.
But it is a contract.
Yeah, so it's
You
not
sign it.
because I always thought prenup was
Mm.
like, oh yeah, you're getting like they're taking half. It's like nah, like there's just different stipulations in there and shit.
And you can
and
can
then
have
you
a
could
prenup.
counter like you could kind of be like, okay, well I don't like this. Like this is what we like.
But
this is what
once
I
it gets
want.
there, it does get tricky, and I can see how people like. Because now, if you come with a rebuttal and you say, "No, I don't want the prenup to be that," instead of getting the normal 40% I would get, I just give me 20. Now it's getting real tricky because it's like, damn, you really trying to politic with me about
we're
like
gonna be getting married?
specifics? Yeah, you politicking like what you gonna get left?
Where's the love, baby?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Where's the love?
But I think if there's a stipulation, there's no point. There's no problem because it's like if I say to you and I'm like, no, you're thinking about breaking up because if we were together, that's never gonna come in effect.
Yeah.
Either way.
It's like there's two sides of it too. It's like one side is like, oh, I don't want to give you all this stuff. I want to make sure I have the bag. And then there's the other side, like if you love somebody, it's not about what they have.
Exactly.
So you're gonna sign it because you're like, I love you.
Yeah. I think it like the factors it depends on like where everybody's at in life too, right? Like so like if I'm fucking up and I look down and I see my next wife, let's just say, and I pull her up with me, you best expect to sign that prenup and it's gonna be more in my favor. If we both been grind like you've been with me since I was shit, then you're entitled to more.
Yeah, but what if she gets that prenup?
That's another thing. Too.
What if she gets that prenup, right? And it could go different ways. You could already be a millionaire, or you could only have 500,000. Either way, it goes the same. Where she came on, you end up tenfold from that by the time you guys break up. She did. You got a prenup, but like she did help you in a way. Whether it be mentally, whether it be the meals she made, so when you came home you were happy and could get back to work and shit. You know, she did help you in a way get there. So I feel like in a way she does deserve something. Do I think she deserves 50%?
That's what I'm saying. It depends on like how much do you deserve from this
50% is a little excessive. Cause to tell you, and that's my argument.
You know
with
what?
Women who are
Another
like,
thing to shut the whole thing down.
What?
You know that thing that they say like, you can take everything away from what I have right now. Someone, let's say, is a millionaire, they're gonna make it all.
For sure.
So if I gave you 50% of what I already built,
I'm gonna make it back.
Like,
yeah, but still, it's not the point of whether I'll make it back. It's
but
like,
a lot of
why
times
do I
it
have
should be
to
like
give
lifetime? No, isn't it? Like sometimes it'd be like
continuous and shit.
Like for the rest of your life type shit.
But that's my argument with like a lot of these like some of these standpoints and shit of like
standpoints.
Like some of these standpoints of like what are you
how
talking
much
about?
do they? How much
are they
owed?
Owed, yeah.
Or whatever.
Is it 50% or is it? That's what we were talking about.
I forgot. I'm not gonna lie. It'll come back to it.
It's all good. That should be happening.
I had another thought too, but that kind of slipped my mind too.
Wait, hold on. The standpoint of how much? No.
Oh, okay. We lost it.
Yeah.
Lost it.
I almost got
smoke.
It. Oh god. Shit. No, okay, move on.
All right. So we were talking about health conscious stuff, right? And I think you put this in the podcast topics.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, good. Go ahead.
I was just thinking about how, let's just say, me like going into a marriage with someone who's already established, they have everything, like we're saying, they're millionaire, whatever. And that time that I'm with them, I'm not just gonna be spending.
No,
I'm
for
gonna
sure.
be learning off of them, be building my own stuff. So if anything happens, I
And
got my
that's
own thing.
and that's
Like
what you
I'm
should do.
learning.
But we
Yeah.
know statistically not a lot of people do that.
I'm
They
just
end up
putting
out
it
of
out
these.
there. That's
Yeah.
what you should do.
They end up,
You
yeah, no, you
doing?
should. Because a lot of people end up in
Take
these
notes.
relationships and
Really,
they don't
really,
have
in any
nothing.
relationship, I honestly like it doesn't even have to be like that. Like even if we're building together, we're both on the same level, build up.
Mhm.
Like we need to build and have our own.
No,
Either
for sure.
way.
Emotion, yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember now. So the standpoint that women try to make when they're like, oh, like, you know, when you say what can you provide, and it's like the things I mentioned are good things. But also there's the argument of like you'll cook for me, you'll clean for me, you'll add that mental clarity, help me out. But the thing is, I could get a maid. You feel me? Like if I'm doing my shit, I could get a maid. They'll cook for me, clean for me. I need mental clarity, I could get a therapist. You know what I'm saying? Like, what can you provide besides those basic things to actually help me? You feel me? Like
To add to the monetary value.
to add to my value in general
The
that I can't
monetary
get
value.
that I can't get myself. You feel me? That's the real question. Because I feel
Or
like
is your therapist gonna be on call 24/7?
yeah, for sure.
You
They
got
got
it
the
like
phone
that?
ones.
Better
to him.
help. Better help.
But you can talk to that nigga. I mean, it's a different type of thing, and you can't get that comfort. You know, sometimes you need that skin to skin
Yeah.
touch, that cuddle. You know, like that's helpful too. You
Kyle,
know,
it's your therapist.
You know what I'm
Come with
saying?
your
Yeah.
therapist.
No,
How
I'm
about you
saying,
marry a therapist?
no, I'm saying not from your therapist, but I'm just
date
saying.
a therapist.
I'm just saying though, like that's something you get from your woman, not from your therapist. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's a specific thing.
Right.
But like I said, like other than that, it's like, what are you really gonna like provide? I don't want to hear that bullshit. Oh, I'll cook for this nigga. I'll be his mental peace. Cause nigga, I'm trying to find that mental peace myself.
Yeah, sometimes that's not even what we're looking for.
And that's not even what I'm looking for. I want the
Yeah.
mental
Right.
destruction.
Let's talk about each side.
All right.
Same men. What is like the
Look
what-
around you.
Look at
Look around you. Go look at everything in this world.
Yeah.
You feel me? Men. Those railroads that were paved
Shut
all across
up.
America.
Mhm.
Men.
Get outta
Okay?
Mhm.
Those
I think
those
this-
high rises that you like to look out the window and see that nice sunset. Men.
You know who made those
Not
boots? Men.
Men.
Harley Davidson?
Oh
Men.
my God.
No. But for real,
Look around you.
I mean, I guess. Why don't you tell us? What
That's
can a-
kind
what
of
can a
interesting
man-
that you guys
what
said
can a
that
man
because I
provide?
I just was listening to a podcast today, and there was a woman on there arguing that with this other lady who's like a doctor therapist,
Mhm.
helps with relationships. But she was saying like men go to war for us, like women. Her whole stance was women cannot live without, men, but men can live without. Do you guys agree with?
Yeah,
That's pretty true.
I think that's a very true statement.
I mean, when it
Coming
comes
from a woman, right? Coming from a woman, it's a very true
Yeah.
statement.
I
right
think,
there.
well, I think it comes true when you break it down to like war and needing an army and shit. But other than that, to defend, there's not much else they need a man for.
I mean, look, we live in a different
Amazonian
age. Like,
women and shit.
We live in a
Women are
different
very
age.
powerful. Like,
Amazonian women
they offer
fine
a lot.
without a man. And they could kill, they could do a lot. They could hunt, they could kill, they could
That's
defend.
the
They just don't have enough
thing.
numbers.
There's a lot of
I will
women.
say this. I will say that we've came into a time where there's just like this true separation, where like it's like men on this side, women on that side. It's almost like a segregation now. Like podcasts, we're talking
Yeah.
about it. It's always just like this gender war now. Like
Yeah.
Red
Why
pill,
is that-
blue pill.
I wonder why that's such a big thing. Like
Nah, I just think it's always a big thing. But obviously, whenever it comes to anything, if you want it to blow up or you want to get, you're a president and you want to get people to band with you and shit, you got to pick a side of something. Because if you don't pick a side, then nobody's going to pick your side. You know what I'm saying? Like,
gotcha.
you can't just be middle ground. And I feel like that's, especially this podcast shit, that's what I'm kind of learning too, is like, because my personality in general is like, I'm like in the middle. Like I like to see stuff from both sides and shit. But
Sure.
if you're trying to have a conversation and people lock in and shit, you got to pick a side.
Pick a side.
Because
Sure.
they're picking a side, and you want
For
them to
sure.
either agree with you or disagree with you. And if you don't pick a side, they can't do either. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. Yeah.
So I feel like that's why it's all YouTube and shit. Is like there's
Well, I
that
mean, 'cause it's
red
like-
pill category. Cause
Yeah, but it's just like almost like this, like there's almost this like this drive for both sides to put basically each other down. Like
power
you're
struggle.
not shit, I'm everything.
yeah,
No,
pretty
you're
much.
not shit, I'm everything. You know, it's like it's honestly like it's
Divide.
it's dividing and shit, and it's gonna fuck us up in the long run, type shit. You know what I mean? I feel
For sure.
You know, niggas ain't even having babies no more out there no more.
So
Yeah.
I got one more thing. So I was talking to Matt. Shout out Matt for everybody who didn't see the episode last week.
Shout out Big Matt.
We had
man.
Matt on here, man. We
Couldn't
said
see his face, but
yeah, couldn't see his face, but it was a very good episode. If you didn't see it, go check it out. It was a very, very good episode, good convo. But I was talking to him the other day, and we were basically having a conversation. He brought something up to me. He's like, think about this though. What's gonna happen, like evolutionary wise, in the long run? Because like, so our bodies, we're made to pick up on certain things. You know what I mean? Like we see a woman with wide hips. We see, technically, when it comes to animalistic, we see somebody who's can bear children. Women see men that are more fit. You know, there's women that chubby chasers like bigger guys, you know, stuff like that. But for the most part, you see somebody who's fit and you see health, and you kind of think of your child, oh, my child is gonna be healthy and without disease and without things. You know what I mean? Like these are natural things that we think about. Or a protector.
Go down.
So the point he was making is like when it comes to survival of the fittest and like looking for things within your partner, the way the day and age we're in right now, like women, if you want even like minuscule things, like you want a woman with a nice butt, it's not real. You feel me? You want a woman who's healthy or a man who's healthy, but he actually got lipo. You know what I'm saying? Like you want a man who's 6 feet tall because you want your kids to be tall, but he got the knee surgery. You know what I'm saying?
Let's
Everything
talk
is fake
about
and shit.
that.
You want the guy with
You're having a kid, but you had so much surgery, the kid don't even look like
Exactly.
you.
Damn.
You want a guy.
Damn, that's gonna be a real.
Like who's
That's gonna be a real problem right there. Like
You want a guy with good vision.
that don't look like me.
You want a guy with good vision, but they got Invisalign. I mean, they got
Laser.
What's that shit? Laser.
Laser.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so technically, their like genes and shit isn't what you think it is, and your kid isn't gonna end up with good eyesight. Your
Right.
kid isn't gonna be tall.
You gotta get.
He really
Like
blew
that.
my
I mean,
mind.
you
He
need to
really
go
blew
through
my
the
mind though
family
when he
history.
said that though. That is like
People don't even.
it's
yeah.
crazy to think that like because we are in a culture where that's the norm now. Different nose, your nose isn't yours. You got fillers, your lips aren't like that. I'm seeing this
Yep.
person, I'm thinking my kids' lips are gonna be full,
Yeah,
but
it's
they're not.
real.
You know what I'm saying?
There's
Like,
a little-
what's gonna happen? Like the long run, it would take a long time to see effects of that,
For sure.
but like potentially
the
it could be
effects?
crazy.
What are like the?
The side effects of that, well,
Mhm.
just like the survival of the fittest and the evolution of like, oh, you know, these healthy
Oh,
people,
it's like a facade.
these people, yeah, it's gonna be a facade. It's
They're
not gonna.
looking. They're portraying something they're not.
It's not gonna end the same way. You feel me? Like, let's say, which
Mm.
is obviously not gonna happen, but let's just say everybody was fit, everybody was in good health, and they were having sex with people who were fit and good health and low disease and shit. It's near impossible, but let's just say the potential of what that society would look like in
Crazy.
300 years
Mm.
would be very different from
What it looks like, what is gonna happen now.
exactly the opposite. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, real shit.
That's like not having to work. That's another aspect.
Yeah,
It's
not
like
having
I
to work.
don't have
I
to
mean,
go
you
to
see
the
what the
gym.
Kardashians are doing.
No, for sure.
I seen today Kylie Jenner was all posting in like what looks like workout attire, like she's been working out,
No,
but
sure.
False
it was
advertisement.
promotion for the thing, and then like people think, oh, I can get the body like her, but it's like, yeah, if you pay for it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and even then, the
I
whole
think people
discipline
should
thing.
wake up to that already. Like
Yeah, if you're
They
getting
can.
psyched out here, it's kind of crazy. at
They
this
can,
point.
but also no.
It's
I
like, what the
think
fuck?
I think
I
that
mean,
it's
the
also
generation coming up.
it's
is
also
different.
an instinct thing, like a
but-
instinct thing. Like you almost don't always have time to think about it. Like if you're a female and you have the money to pay for
Mm.
Skims, basically, if I see something online and I see a goofy ass nigga wearing it all stupid, I'm not gonna buy it. But if I see a swagged out
How
nigga,
you wearing it all stupid?
right? Like no, right? Like
No, I'm just saying, like, how what would be considered wearing it all stupid? Like the shirt is just a shirt, nigga. Like
the way he's wearing it, it's wrinkled.
if he's wearing it with
the
the
shirt's
wrong
wrinkled.
pants,
If he's wearing it with the wrong pants, yes.
yeah.
This nigga's wearing it with the wrong pants. I can't imagine the fit on me. And it comes down to the person too. Like if it's this fucking like bigger guy or scrawny guy, I'm not gonna be able to imagine the fit on me.
Did you guys see the Victoria's Secret? They had all like for one of their
I
early
think I did see
things,
that. That's tight.
and nobody bought the lingerie.
That's crazy.
But in reality, who's really buying it? Even
The
if
normal people.
those skinny models are walking down the runway
Because
with
they
it.
want to buy an image. They don't want to buy.
For sure.
They want to buy what they think.
I think it's very psychological.
That's what
Like
I'm
it
saying.
makes no sense.
It's like instinct. It's like instinct.
It's like
like
I want to
the norm.
see somebody like me wearing it. Obviously, it's not gonna fit me like if it's that.
You think
supermodel.
you do, but if you see them and you don't like it the same fit, but then you see this girl looking like a skinny mini, everything tight and shit, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, that's how I'm gonna look when I put it on. And it kind of just like,
head.
you know? So you see Kylie and you're like, oh, she's in that Skims and shit. She's looking real good. I got an extra 70 to buy a top. Fuck it. Let me get that shit. I'm gonna look real good. And the status of it and shit, of
And
course.
they're like, wait a second.
For sure.
That's all they pretty much had, bro.
Yeah, I actually have some more, but it's a long pause, so we'll call this one, man. I appreciate you guys for tapping in. If you're still here, go ahead and hit that like button, that comment button, the subscribe button. Go over to the Instagram, tap in with that, man. I know I keep saying it, but we are going to be dropping more clips. I'm gonna keep saying it till it happens.
Yeah, we will.
I'm gonna keep saying it till it happens.
Speak it into
Shout out
existence.
everybody out there, man. Like we said, go and do your shit, man. It's your boy Kane's World.
Peace sake.
You feel me? Tap in. Until next time.